Facebook is safe. We block all those who claim we are censoring content. We are not harvesting your data, creating dossiers on the public, and selling your info. Why would we do such a thing?
Seeing the Easter Island pictures of art next to the Göbekli Tepe art is all I had to see. As a chief legislator, that's all a trier of fact needs to see to know Göbekli Tepe is nowhere near as old as they are claiming.
That Jason showed that the zodiac isn't even old, that the Greeks invented it, blew my mind. I'm a Christian now, and our scriptures tell us that stuff's evil.
Jason was publishing about the Mayan long count not ending in 2012, way back before 2012. This dude is shaking the nest. His discoveries on calendars and ancient moon and day count calendars is putting some of these guys to shame.
Remember, we are actors. We are paid to lie. We are rich because we are good at what we do.
Anyone at this point who can't see that the Jews copied Babylonian tablets to write Genesis is blind. Jason's Dark Scriptures playlist shows this perfectly.
That the New Testament is a collection of forged texts put together centuries after the events they depict.
This guy has called the entire ancient aliens community to debate. Like Tyson, they ain't getting in the ring.
Jason says one who is properly informed is not easily deceived. I would like to see Jimmy Corsetti or Matthew LaCroix debate Jason about this Atlantis dating issue. No one's realty interested in Bill Carson's opinion anymore.
His findings on the procession hoax, the change of the year from 360 days to 365, man, this changes everything in archaeoastronomy.
You know, I'm not a doctor. I have no medical background. I'm an actor. And even I know Atlantis was the 13th century BC.
Jason has dropped massive data sets on the Old Testament, not even being old, but from the Greek era.
You think we took you for a ride? Wait till the new Christian Reich takes control. It won't be American, and it sure ain't Christian.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, you know, when Jason showed that the Jewish calendar was completely made up, I mean, you know, damned, how are we going to know what year it is now?
Yeah, the Shar being a day and not a year totally murders a lot of books out there. That's the reason these guys don't want to talk. Jason killed their little pet theories.
It all came true. Jason said I was going to be a part of fake news, just like Billy Carson.
I tried to sniff Jason one time, but Big John stopped me. I think Jason would have been into it, though.
See here. We got going on. Having a little technical difficulty here. See here. Why am I not on the screen? There we go. Let's do an audio check real quick. I do believe that my audio is much improved. But then again, this is the very first time I'm using it on StreamYard. Excellent. Excellent. If it's not tweaked perfectly, you guys let me know, because I got bells and whistles I can play with here. Awesome. So I have Lee in backstage right now. Lee's pretty good with that Gematria, and he's got some things to show us, some slides. You guys know that being a simulationist, I'm always going to agree that the truth can be seen from multiple different vantage points. I'm not just going to agree to it, I'm going to demonstrate it. And I'm not the only one. There are other people out there in the field doing the same thing. And they have different material to provide to show us more evidence that we live in a controlled environment, that we live in some type of mathematical construct. There's different ways to show it. Logan of Decode Your Reality, somebody's been on my channel, I've been on his. He shows this as well from multiple different vantage points. So we have another vantage point tonight on some stuff. You guys know on my X feed on Twitter, I have a few people that are always posting little, these little mathematical associations and relationships, and it's pretty compelling to see the coding of our reality just unfold and be applicable to so many different diverse circumstances. It's really amazing. So I have a couple of announcements. Let's see. I've been I've been on a Zoom call for a long time with the Archaix team. We just met. We met in the digital universe today, and we figured out April 1st is our 3-year anniversary on meetups. April 1st was our Fort Worth meetup, and it was very successful. Had a blast. April 1st has been exactly 3 years, and we've done many meetups since then. So April 1st, we're going to do another one, but we're going to do one in Vegas. And I have members on the team right now calling different casinos, trying to figure out which one's going to give us the best hosting package. We're going to go spend 4 days in Vegas. Anybody in the Archaix community that wants to come, we're going to set up the little page for tickets. The tickets will include the reduced hotel fare. Well, it's actually a casino hotel. Anyway, we'll give you the details later. Then that's in April 1st. That's going to be March. That's going to be March 29th. Or no, excuse me, March 30th, 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. This will be a 4-day deal in Vegas. Oh, I know Nanny Puffins just heard that, or she will soon. So, yeah, we're going to take the Archaix community to Vegas. In July, we're already working out the details, but we're going to be in Kansas City in July. We're going to do a little 3 or 4 day deal there too. Kansas City. We're going to have a blast there. And then we're going to do something totally unique. The casino is unique. Kansas City's not. It's just another meetup, although we're going to have a blast. But in October, we're going to have an Archaix camp out, Glen Rose, Texas. The same campsite I've told you guys about multiple times in my videos, where they got the dinosaur tracks you can lay in, Paluxy River Basin, Fossil Rim, all that stuff's out there. They got a hyperbaric chamber where they replicate vapor canopy conditions. It's all out there in the Creation Museum. They got a Creation Museum that's fantastic. I'm going to give presentations out there, and we're going to have a water balloon war. Bring those rubbers, because we're going to do it. That's what we did as kids at Glen Rose. We always went out there every summer. It's awesome because Glen Rose isn't like the rest of Texas. It's got deep valleys cut into the ground, nice, beautiful timber hills. You get lost out there. Caves, giant boulders. Yeah, it looks like October's gonna be fun at Glen Rose, Texas. So because we're going to be at Glen Rose, Texas, we're going to go to the museum and we're going to go look at that amazing hammer that was found fossilized in solid rock with 0.02% carbon. We can't even do that today. The iron ore is absolutely perfect. It has not rusted. It is a petrified iron hammer still embedded in rock found in Glen Rose, Texas. So that's pretty much my announcement. Man, you know what? I should have provided the link. Archaixstore.com. We've got all new items on Archaixstore.com. But I still need to provide those links and all that. I haven't done that. But okay, that's pretty much all my announcements for now. Tomorrow, you guys know I'm doing a very important video breaking down the entire Zecharia Sitchin research and showing where it leads, where the dead ends are, how Archaix picks up the torch and continues on and corrects many of the mistakes that Sitchin made. Adding value to the Earth Chronicles while also correcting some of the errors. That's tomorrow. Yeah, man. But without further ado, man, let's bring Lee in here and let's talk about this coding that's interwoven throughout reality that can only be seen by certain methods, and one of them is Gematria. And how you doing, Lee?
G'day. How's it going?
Man, I love those Aussie accents. You guys make me sound like an uncouth bastard.
Well, we've not been known for our English, but yeah, it's kind of weird. So
yeah, I know. Go ahead.
All right. Thanks for everyone for joining. There are my channel, which I've retired from now, Exposing Dirty Few 2. Obviously, it's a 2. There was a 1. I will explain a little bit further what happened to that. It was kind of taken down with no strikes, no warnings, no nothing. Within 2 hours, it was completely deleted. Wow. And yeah, I showed reasons for that and who did it. Summation. It's not exactly, I can't prove who did it, but the numbers don't lie.
Right.
But there are some words. So if there's some words here which I'm really not willing to scream out. So anybody who has vision impaired people, get ready to help out. If you've got an assistant there to read out what the word is, because you'll see it on screen. But if Jason wants to call it out, he can call it out. It's his channel. So.
Oh yeah, it's not even a secret here on Archaix. You're probably talking about the servants of the burning bush.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so it's didn't get a run through and how to present. I guess press the present button down here for my.
Yeah, as soon as you present show screen, I will see a screen and I can approve it.
Your computer, upload file. I'll have to switch. Okay, it's not showing there.
You want me to walk you through it real quick? Once you do it one time, it's really easy.
Yep. So I got to present, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. You hit present. Then when that pops up, you trying to show? Yeah, you got to share screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then you hit share screen. Click onto the blue one, share screen, and go to the top. And on the far right, it says entire screen. Click onto that.
Oh yes.
Then once you've clicked onto that, go to the left screen that's showing your present screen right now and click onto that. Yeah, there it is. You're good. You're good. You're good. There it is.
All right. Sweet as. Jason 1 file. Let's start.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all good. This is the first word that I don't really want to yell out, but this gives you an idea of the words that are adding to 33. Just show a couple of things first, and then I'll explain. You'll see as I go along. So this is the murder of people by blah, 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 who have power over them.
Well, right now, all we see is the file with like 100 images in there, but you got to click on the one and blow it up so we can see it.
Oh, do I do it on here?
Yeah, click it on. Yeah, whatever appears on your screen is going to appear to us. So if you click on it and blow it up, you can't double click it.
Yeah, I am double clicking it, but it's not enlarging. It's double clicking and showing it large on my screen, but not on yours.
Wow. I wonder why. You look like you have the exact same operating system I do, Windows.
Yep. Why is that not?
You can open it on your desktop before you even present screen. You know what I mean? You can exit. I can go and remove this. See, I just removed the whole thing. Watch. I will remove it completely. I will ban it from Studio so it's gone.
I think because I had it on, I got two screens, so I think it's on the other screen.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Let me put it back on then. Here it is.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. There it is.
All right. So there's that word. Now this is actually now being changed to what's been happening over there in the strip. That's they've changed it, basically the meaning of this word to being removed from your home country. So things are changing as we speak. So, but this word's very interesting. We'll get to that a little bit later. This one was rather interesting because I always love the words. Core means heart. Owner means heart wave. And then if you add that word in there, that's what it means.
Wow.
That is now being changed. You cannot see that anymore.
Wow.
So they get onto this as soon as people find this sort of stuff. When you used to be able to put the word police in there, it come up as demons. And as soon as people start putting it out in the net, people find it. Artificial Intelligence X realizes, oh, I've been caught. and starts changing stuff. So interesting. So these are the two ciphers. I basically only use two ciphers. There's English ordinal, which is 1 to 26 A to Z. Then there's Pythagorean, which is basically you go from 1 to 9, then drop back to 1 again, to 9, 1 again, 9. So rather simple. It's not as if it's technical or anything like that.
Right.
And this is reduced ordinal. So normally if you get to J, that will be 10. So 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. K is 11. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So it's reduced of the 1 to 26 A to Z. And the next cipher we use is this one called Chaldean. So that's around the time of the Tower of Babel and all that sort of gear.
Yeah.
Which all those words just, you'll see. And the reason why I did that is because I had an app on my phone which basically only had the two ciphers, and I found that that's all I needed when there's hundreds and hundreds of ciphers. So to get all this information from just two ciphers, I thought was rather impressive.
Right. Right.
And of course, we're concentrating on the number 33. So the sun and moon align every 33 years. So I thought that was rather interesting.
Really?
Sun being the male energy and the moon being the female energy. So it takes approximately 33 years for the solar and moon to realign with the solar year. So what we do is we put that into the calculator. Sun and moon align every 33 years. So in ordinal, 1 to 26 A to Z, you get skull and bones number of 322.
Wow. So you just hit me, because I'm always looking at stuff like that. So interesting you said that, because if the sun and moon align every 33 years, we're looking at 12,000 days plus 53 days. But this plus 53 days can be negated if we don't say 33, we actually say 32.2, which you just showed on the screen is skull and bones number. You see the 322?
Yeah.
If you add you could round 32.2 off times. I just noticed that. Numbers stand out to me, man, because you said 33, and that's 12,000 days. That's 12,000 days exactly, plus 53 days. I wonder if those 53 days will be reduced if you change that from 33 to 32.2. So I'm going to go 32.2 times 365.25, and I'm literally 40 something days under 12,000. Well, no, I'm 40 something days under 11,800. So yeah, there's a 600 day period in between that number and 33. That is interesting, though, that it's 12,000. That it is 12,000 days.
That'd be a scientific bullseye, wouldn't it? So, and everybody knows, obviously, I hope everybody knows the 322 number there as well. So, and what I did here is I just added the word "the," which is the most commonly used word in the English language. And I'll show you later on that "the" actually adds to 33 and apparently means God. But it come up in Chaldean as 138, which I thought you might find. And 166. So according to, I think, Jason from Decode Reality, adding the one, and Jordan from Waters Above, when you add the one before it, it gives the extra power to the number. So once again, I don't deal in those sorts of things, but all I do is look for the numbers. So you add a 33 to it and you get a 138, which now whenever I see 138, it pops in my head.
Man, I can't help but see it everywhere.
Yeah. This one I found interesting as well, because I'll show you later on that when you type in the word 33, it equals 66. It's the only number that does it. So I've multiplied 33 by 66 and got 2178.
Oh, man, come on, man. Really?
Wow. Stop it. It's incredible. And it's the first, ever since being associated with your channel and getting prepared for this, I just did that and I went, yeah, Jason's going to love that.
Man, 2178, wow.
Which is when the simulacrum collapses, which gives you, say, everybody's screwed. And it's a 66 as well. Yep. So the 66 is important, obviously, with the duality, the double 33s.
Yeah.
So I've got this, the 2178 does not collapse. This is actually from you, Archaix Challenge. When you type that in, it comes up with your information.
Awesome.
So I decided we always love the Roman numerals. So I said, what is 2178 in Roman numerals?
Wow. I never would have thought of that.
It comes up as 138 in ordinal. and 33 in
What?
Chaldean.
What?
Yeah.
No way, man.
Yep. Way. I'm looking at just going, get stuffed. So it's all out there. It's just got to look in the. Just got to cock your eye.
Lee, every day I'm reminding my community on Twitter that we're being trolled by AI. There's just too many associations out there. They're jumping off the cartoons, the video games, the movies, the Netflix docuseries. We are literally being trolled by AI. It's like it's gloating that it has us so discombobulated.
100%. It's basically saying the information's out there. If you're curious enough, you'll find it. You say this to some people, and they just go, "You think too much." It's like, "Oh, give us a break. You don't think enough."
Oh, and there's a lot of people new to the community too that would be listening to you and I right now and looking at the screen, and we're speaking a totally different language, even though they comprehend what we're saying. They can't process any of this information because they have no frames of reference. They don't know that we have hundreds of presentations and published books all about, the 138, the Phoenix phenomenon, 2178. All these things are so old to us now, but people new to this material, they're going to think we're out of our minds. What are these guys here? I'm never going back to that Archaix channel. These dudes are nuts. They're nuts.
Yeah, no, I've experienced that. So if anyone wants to do fact checking, by the way, fact check equals 33, but I'll show you that later on. You can actually go to gematria.com and put that in if anyone wants to check it out. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. I can guarantee you that was a Phoenix before that was done. So
they all were before 1902.
Yep. So this is the people that look after finances, and basically every word is going to be bad because it's all associated with the language that was created by something that's not particularly benevolent, not particularly good. So this is the number down the bottom, which is when they were established, the MCM XXX IV, and when you type that in, you get a 33. It's also a 132, which is a double 66. And also 132, there's a rule called the Rule of Colel, which I'll explain later on as well, which is a Mason code, not my code. I didn't make it up. All you need to do is type in the Rule of Colel Mason code into Google. And it basically says you can add 1 or minus 1 to a number and it still be relative, because apparently Shakespeare said 1 isn't a number, doesn't mean anything, which I'll explain again later.
Right.
Yeah. And you also find that anything that adds to 6 as well, I've pretty much discovered that anything that's 6, so if it's 15, 42, 24.
Well, 42 is divisible by 7, and 132. The reflection of 132 is 231. 231 is 33 times 7.
It's there you go.
We're in a hologram. Dude, we're in a hologram. It's not even amazing anymore. You know what I mean?
No, it's
we're in a hologram.
We're exposing the code here. So the Security and Exchange Commission is 113 now. This is kind of maybe a little bit stretchy, but some people that do interpret the 113 as a LIE. It's a lie. It might be a bit stretchy, but what isn't stretchy is the word securities equals 33. So it's a 33 in Exchange Commission. So that's basically how you can pronounce it. This is this beautiful, handsome gentleman here, Gary Gensler. Now, G, if you continue on 1 to 26 and then continue 27, 28, 29, 30, the second G is the 33rd letter. And so he's the GG. And he happens to be, somewhere I've written it here. Maybe I didn't write it here. Yeah, there he is. He is the 33rd chair of the Security and Exchange Commission, and he's done a lot of damage to the crypto community, and he's gone now. But Gary Gensler, equals 33. That's why they get these positions. So here's your 33. When you type 33 and you get 66. You get a 38 there as well. So using the Rule of Colel, you include yourself in there. You get to put 1 before that. That might be a bit stretchy, but this is the most amazing find because it's the only number that does it. There's not one other number.
That's interesting. Well, 66, if it was years, it equals 792 months, which is the Nemesis X number.
well, it's funny. We'll get the 7-2 and all those sorts of things as well. So it's now this one was I found interesting as well. This particular thing here was identified on December 12, 2019, and the information that I've got here. So I've gone to the National Library of Medicine just to back up my data, and it says here on the 12th of December, 2019. Now, the 12th of December, so it's 12/12. If you add 1 and 9 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So it's 12/12/12. If you combine those three, it's basically a 3/3/3 date. It was also a full moon when they found it, and the full moon was called a cold moon because they like to have little giggles being a cold and being a cold moon. And if you go from 12/12/2019 back to this famous date, it is 6,666 days.
What? So okay, 18 months, 3 months. This is almost Metonic cycle. Hey, go back to the first date. What is it 6,666 days from?
From the 12th of December 2019 was when it was isolated in Wuhan.
What? No way, man. I'm a day count guy. Why didn't I see that? I've looked at 9/11 and Wuhan many times. Wow.
It's pretty impressive. And then what I did is I went back. I'll explain this in a second. If we go 2 months, 2 years, 2 months and 2 days from that 12/12 date, we get to this date. I only put this in here because you might know something about it. February 13th, 2022. But the spin out thing from this is if you go backwards from the Phoenix date in 2040, and you go back to that date, it's 6,666 days. So it's 6,666 days from September 11 to when it was found, then 2 years, 2 months, 2 days, and then 6,666 days later is that. It just tweaked in my head. And apparently, sorry?
I said that's interesting.
So the 15th of the 5th is but the 13th of February, which is the date we looked at, Sunday 13th of February, is a 66 day. Sunday 13th of February 2022. So 199, you can count that if you want, but 66 is the more important one. And then if we go to Tuesday the 15th of May 2040, it's a 66 day as well.
Wow.
So like obviously the 16th of May makes it a 67. The 14th, it's pretty accurate to nail it down to that sort of thing.
So you didn't find anything in the news for like February 15th, 2022?
No, the only thing I can see is the day before Valentine's Day. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, today is the 33rd day of the year in Australia. And where you're at, there's 333 days left in the year.
Oh, yeah, I'm in a different hemisphere. So
yeah, because it's Groundhog Day. So numbers repeating, I thought, was rather appropriate to make today the day.
Wow. Oh, my God. It is a leap year. No, it's not a leap year, is it? No, it's not. So.
No, not this year, no.
Okay. So the differentiation is because we're in different hemispheres. But, yeah,
Correct.
I get it. Okay, I get it now.
Yes, 10:30 over here. Should be about 4:30, I think, over where you are.
Wow. 33rd day of the year?
Yeah.
Where you're
and
at
it's Groundhog Day.
And today, February 1st is exactly 333 days to the end of the year.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And once again, the result of those 2 days was 6,666 days. So we'll throw that in the old decoder ring, and we'll get 33 from 6,666 days.
Man.
Yeah, it's nuts. And I put in the 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days, which is 65, using that rule of Colel, which I'll prove later on of what it actually is. You get a 65. So if you include yourself in the situation, it's a 66. But if you had one more day, it's 223, which is 322 in reverse. It's 66, and it's 232, which is an anagram of 322. So they love mixing their numbers around. They all know what it means, and I don't particularly care. Yeah, there's your December 12. So December 12 is 33. So that would make December 12, December 3, December 30, all 33 days. Or 33 ads.
Man, it's so crazy because even when you break down the Christian narrative, the Son of God with healings in his wings has now turned into the Son, as in the Son being subordinate to a father, is crucified, and then the sun in the sky goes dark, and all this, and they specifically date it to 33 AD.
Yep. Yeah, they love it. They stick it out there. It's in your face. It's just whether you're curious enough to check it out. Excuse me. Okay, this is your ultimate AI assistant. He's starting to rear his ugly head. You're good with words. What's a paraphaser? Isn't it a paraphraser?
It is supposed to be paraphraser.
So the ultimate AI assistant can't even get its own bloody words right.
It is a typo, isn't it?
Seems to me, because I looked it up and there was no such word.
Wow.
So I found that made me giggle. So what we do is we take your ultimate AI assistant. So I do this a lot. I used to do it so often on my old channel, just video after video after video of titles put out by MSN, and they just all add to numbers that you just go, get stuffed. So your ultimate AI system is 137.
Yeah.
And 137 is the 33rd prime.
Yes, it is the fine structure constant. It's basically the rhythm of the architecture of this construct. It is the prime number for the hologram.
Well, that's truer words haven't been said. And allegories, it's 33. So just stories told in parables, allegories, all lies, but interesting. Chernobyl, that's the word nuclear. It's an anagram for unclear. So when all the animals come back and the place is actually beaming and teeming with life, Chernobyl 33, all these major things happen. I think the Japanese one happened on 11th of March.
Yeah, 2011. There's people already living there now.
Yeah, so that's always funny. I typed in this and crikey, you got some tickets on yourselves, haven't you? Is the best country in the world. So I found that amusing. This guy here does a really good breakdown. He's another Australian.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest hate speech trial in the world in Australia on him for upsetting a few of the little hats.
Oh, yeah.
No one's ever off. He's been on the run. He's got warrants for his arrest. He's been in everywhere. And what he does is he talks about technology being stolen from the United States, being taken back to Israel. Then Israel sells it on to China and to Russia and things like that. And Benjamin Netanyahu, who's actually, his real surname is Milikowski. He changed his name to Netanyahu. His father was a shoe salesman in Poland. And he was talking once, which I'll get to again. This is a little bit discombobulated, some of this information, but the Five Eyes. You've heard of the Five Eyes, 5 intelligence agencies around the world?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. It's basically you've got United States and all the British intelligence, they're called the Five Eyes, which is a 33. So here's the Five Eyes. It's basically a globe talking about the war on terror and their alliances. So it's Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and the US are the Five Eyes. And they mentioned the war on terror. So if we go to the war on terror, you get a 66.
Mm.
So these are words all put out into the populace that are what I call they're almost an idiom. They're a structured word that's what the word you go to when you need to talk about that. No one says it in any other way. That's what MSN and all that sort of stuff says. So apparently Israel News says they were the 6 Eye. And Unit 8200, which we'll get to, the Five Eyes, Israel is the 6th eye. Okay. And then Netanyahu come out and says, no, Israel is the 2nd eye.
So am I not mistaken that every country you just mentioned, one of the primary colors in the flags are blue?
Yep.
in
Yeah,
every country you just mentioned. And then when it comes to Israel, the only color in their entire flag is blue because the rest of it's white.
It's also one of the rare flags in the world. There's only about 4 or 5 of them that when a country's in trouble, when you turn the flag upside down, you can see that's what they say they're in trouble. It's one of the only flags that doesn't matter which way you turn it, it's never upside down. So they're never in trouble.
Yeah, it's the Star of Remphan. It's the star. It's the star of the god Molech.
We get to Remphan later on. So the second eye, coming out of his mouth, the second eye, phonetically correct. You don't have to put the EYE. It's phonetically correct. It resonates at the same frequency. And they say they were the sixth eye. So they screw everyone, and they say they were the sixth eye. So there's Netanyahu. He changed his name from Milkowski to Netanyahu, so he makes himself a 33. You'll find a lot of rulers in the world have that. So this I found interesting because the letter J didn't exist for however amount of time. So the earliest known name for Jerusalem was Jerusalem.
Yeah. Hey, we'll have to add red to that because somebody just made a comment. The Canadian flag is only red and white. The Jewish flag is only blue and white. United States is red, white, and blue.
They're still part of the British Empire, I believe, aren't they? Canada?
Yeah, so red, white, and blue would be the 3 colors.
Yeah. So Jerusalem is a 33 until they change it to the letter that doesn't exist in their own language. J doesn't exist in the letter J in the Hebrew language, which
I don't know if you've ever listened to Nick T when he narrates my Chronicon, or if you have a copy of Chronicon. I don't know, but I show that Jerusalem is found a few times in some old cuneiform tablets, but it was never important. It's not even on a trade route. There was nothing there of military value, but it is acknowledged as a place in southern Palestine. It just never was big. It never was a metropolis. It never was a king of David, Solomonic empire. None of that stuff is verified by any of the neighbors. Instead, Jerusalem basically stole the legacy of the holy city, which is mentioned in every neighbor. The Phoenicians, the Ugaritic, Rashameric text, the cuneiform of Assyria and Babylon, the Egyptians, the Hittites, everybody acknowledged and feared Kadesh, which was northern Israelite. And it's the Kadesh, the Israelite house of Omri. It was the Israelites that are the history of the Old Testament. And it's this story of Jerusalem only appeared after, and Judeans only appeared after the Babylonian captivity when they rewrote the Israelite, libraries, because the Israelites were no longer there. They got carried off into captivity. They couldn't defend the integrity of their scriptures, so they basically had them hijacked.
Yeah, once again, sticking their nose where that doesn't belong. And when you see the now, whenever you look up something, it says artificial intelligence overview. It gives you like a little thing, and that gives you a skull and bones there as well. Jerusalem's, as in Jerusalem's plight, Jerusalem's this, Jerusalem's that, is a 33 in both. And it's a 1, 2, 3, so it's easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. Foundation, we all know what happened to the foundation on that magnificent date there. And this also refers to masonry as well. So if you get a solid foundation, gives you a 66. This one's rather interesting. This is Teva Pharmaceuticals. They're the largest pharmacological company by market cap in Israel. They were established in 1901. I thought you might like the date 1901.
Yeah, you got my attention with that one.
And this is their slogan: "We're all in for better health." And they're the only country. They're the only people that make the drugs that help the people that aren't sure if they're a boy or a girl.
Isn't that an odd slogan? There's so many better ways you could have said that.
Well, not that add to 119.
Yeah, but we are all in for better health.
Yeah.
So
it's just like how they run.
Yeah, it's excessive words. It could have been said more simply.
I kind of have a feeling that they know the people that run this place, like okay, you got artificial intelligence X, then you've got the people that are in contact.
Right.
They have the playbook. So they know all this stuff and they just follow the instructions of what they're told to do.
Right.
to make sure that they fulfill their contracts.
Oh, I'm so on board with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure like there is something like the Adjustment Bureau. It's probably far more sophisticated than the Adjustment Bureau movie was just a movie trying to. It was a good approximation of the editing process that goes all around us. It is assisted by those that are in the construct, helping the construct do these edits. So, just like the movie Dark City. Dark City in 1998 was a movie before its time, and it got overshadowed because 1999 The Matrix came out, and it kind of stole the show. But Dark City also was a really good movie that showed us the operations of the construct, because every single day when people went to sleep, the construct changed. It shows it in the movie. Buildings growing, coming down. It makes necessary edits and corrections. And all that time, you hear about all these places far away, but you've never been to any of them. You hear about all these people far away, but you've never seen any of them. It's such a believable construct. Dark City is awesome for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Well, and you can imagine what they can do now with anything that's written on the internet can be changed as well. So the information's just evolving to what suits their narrative. In case anybody wants to see that about that Teva Pharmaceuticals, there's a short which I've titled "No Title, No Comments," please, because that was in the middle of a lot.
What did you get? Why does it say 508?
Oh, that's got nothing to do with the numbers. That's just the name. The short's number 30380, and I'll get to why this 303 number is important. But that's on my old channel. That's the short number. That's the actual, because I title everything like that. But I've written "No Title, No Comments," please, because basically it talks about the people that you can't.
Okay.
And that's what they make. Puberty blockers, which is a 66 and a 55 as well.
Yeah, 55. Yeah, that's a pretty negative number, 55. Anything divisible by 11 is, in my experience, man, we don't really have a lot of good luck with those numbers.
Yeah, they're all master numbers.
They're all anything divisible by 11 seems to imply disorder.
And that's the name. What is the slogan of Teva Pharmaceuticals? And when you type in Teva Pharmaceuticals, you get a 66.
Wow.
Which I actually just take the P off and just call them Pharmaceuticals.
66. The Phoenix phenomenon is the next editing process that the construct undergoes. Our world's going to be edited. There's going to be people come up missing. They're going to be edited out. New people are just going to suddenly appear. They're going to be edited in, just like in 1902. And all of this is going to be masked in a cataclysm, as I've shown multiple times, mainly focused over Asia and some of the Pacific and the coastal cities of the world. But what's interesting is 2040 is exactly 66 years till the end of the calendar, 2106.
That's probably why they love the number. It's probably why it's here. It's threaded throughout. Mm-hmm. So sunshine, which is it's a nice positive word, that gives you a 33. There are a couple of positives. Sunrise is 33, so it's found it amusing that two words that associate with each other both had a 33.
Well, sunrise is a part. Sunrise is a part of the construct. Sunrise, the sun is the motive force that makes us believe this is a real world when it's not. So it's part of the architecture of deceit.
Yep. Citizenship, which I always like the etymology and things of words. Citizenship basically means that because you're lost, we're considered lost at sea. All people are considered lost at sea, so that's why you need a citizenship to get onto to actually find your way around the place. When you were born, they used to take your footprint and send it off to the Vatican. So you've lost your soul, because when you're lost at sea, walking in the water, you don't leave a footprint. So therefore you have no soul. So therefore...
Are you serious? That used to be a tradition?
Yeah.
I did not. You just educated me. I did not know that.
Yeah, the Vatican owns your soul.
Wow.
We'll get to the Vatican later too. So citizenship is 33 and 138.
Wow.
And the people that are on ships are pirates, which is they're all pirates because out at sea they can do whatever they want. Interesting little fact about pirates. They wear an eye patch. It's not because they've lost an eye. It's when they're up on deck, they got one eye covered. When they want to go out under the deck, there's no lighting. So they switch the eye patch over. That eye's used to being in the dark, so they see much better when it's in the dark, when they go underneath.
Wow. That's the origin of the pirate eye patch.
Yeah.
So it was just a mariner's instrument.
Yep.
Going below deck.
Yep.
Wow.
It's probably where the one eye symbolism comes from, so you can see better in the dark. And you know why they're angry? Because they are.
Yeah.
Canaanite religion. I have to remember what I've done here. Canaanite religion. Let's have a look. Asherah. Asherah written here somewhere. Asherah, here we are. Asherah was the goddess of the ancient Semitic religions. And when you put in her name, she's a 33 and a 22. Astarte, the Canaanites, which is what this was related to as well. So the Canaanites equals 33 as well. As I said, this is a little bit hitch-hodge somewhere. Keystone, like the keystone that's sitting in the top of an arch. Keystone is 33, very, very Masonic thing. Trademarks. So trademark equals TM equals 33. But just TM equals 33 as well. So 20th letter and 13th letter.
Damn. They covered all their bases.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Tampered. Wow. So something to be tampered with or molded into shape is 33. Tampering is 33. It's the same damn word, just a different variation, 33. 2 sky dragons. Thought you would find that one interesting. You said it one day, so I typed it in. I hear words and type them in.
Yep.
Dragons is 33. So just the word dragons.
Wow.
Reptilians is 33.
Oh, man. You better email David Icke.
And if we type in the reptilians, so if I just duck back here, any word that adds to 51 in reduction or 52 in Chaldean, if you add the word the to it, it then turns into a 66. So the reptilians is a 66.
So hold on, go back to 51. So right here we have an association between 51 and 33.
Yeah, well that's the reduction, that's the Chaldean. So if you add a word in simple, a 1 to 26 A to Z, like in front of that, which I'll do on the next one, because it adds to 15, it then adds to 66.
Well, the association I'm seeing is that in the 33 degrees of Freemasonry, the 33rd degree is simply the degree of the Phoenix, but they never give us a description of what that degree is, what the rituals are, or anything. I have an old copy of Morals and Dogma, and it goes through all 32 degrees and tells you all. I even have the entire Albert Mackey 33rd degree Mason Encyclopedia of Freemasonry right here behind me. I've showed it on my channel, and they don't give you any details about the 33rd degree. They just give you the first 32. But the cover, the loose page for the 33rd degree only shows a Phoenix and doesn't show anything else. So
it's 100% telling you about the Phoenix. You're absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So the rituals are showing different eras of human history, but 33 is like a hijacking of the Great Pyramid imagery, which is interesting because it's associated to 51, and the Great Pyramid is exactly 51 degrees apothegm. That is the sloping angle of the Great Pyramid is at 51 degrees, which is even more interesting because it has these 4 main sides. I understand that it's octahedral by optics, but not by actual geometry. It's still 4-sided, even though it has 8 planes. So the 8 planes disappear though when you put the casing stones back on it. It was to create like an earthquake-proof structure. But this 51 degree angle on all 4 sides creates the number 204. And the Great Pyramid today is exactly 203 perfect courses of blocks all the way to the top. And the 204th level is missing, which is the chief cornerstone.
Yeah. Well, that's what's convinced me of that 15, 24, 42, 51 all basically mean 33 because it's all 6. It's quite amazing. Wow. So the reptilians were 66. Elizabeth, which I always like to call Lizard Breath, is 33. Good old Queenie. She's also an 88.
Maybe that's why we had 2 Elizabeths and both of them ruled for so long.
Well, it's funny.
Didn't both of them hit a diamond jubilee?
Well, I'll talk about the word diamond later on, and also one of the statements that the Queen made when she first took office, which I've got later on, which talk the play on words is amazing. The bearded star, 33.
Oh wow.
New York is 111. That's for just put chosen in front of that. City of New York is a 66 and a 222. And you'll find that city of, the city of this, the city of that, the city of this. That's why the word is so common. It's a 33. So it's a 33, whatever the second part of the name is.
Wow.
And it's also another 6 there as well.
So hold on. So city of New York would be 33 plus 66, which is 33 plus 33 plus 33.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's have a look at it. Yeah. So well, it's the city of. So it doesn't quite work out like that, but the city of New York, I haven't. This is only screenshot, so I can't actually do it live.
So the city of New York is 66. That's 33 plus 33.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
So city of, and I'll show other examples of that as well. Doomsday, a beautiful, warm, fuzzy word, 33.
Yeah. Hey, no, so can you get the same from, is doomsday in the modern parlance the exact same as the Old English Book of Doomsday from the 11th century?
I couldn't tell you.
You know, are you familiar with the text where they had the Doomsday Book has all the land plots throughout England and what their tax revenue was, all the serfs, knights. It's a famous book, but it's called the Book of Doomsday.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that at all. Sorry. I just take it as the modern interpretation is when shit's going to happen. Bottoms up. Goes there loves the bottom. 33. So it's once again, it's an idiom. Look up. There was a big advertising campaign. I don't know whether it was around in the United States, but here there was massive posters everywhere. It was saying, thanks for looking up. Look up. And it was everywhere. And they had the picture of the moon up there. Look up, look up, look up. So I typed in look up and surprise, surprise. Self-flagellation, another warm, fuzzy word. And that gives you a 66 for self-flagellation. Scourge, which is basically the same sort of thing for corporal punishment they used to do. That poor bugger. And scourged is 33. So if someone's been scourged, and it's whip JC. That's my own little. It's my own little. That might be a bit stretchy, but I think they've got a pretty wicked sense of humor. So, and then scourge, it's here the corporal punishment part of it. So corporal, which basically means dead body, corpse, 44 and 33. These are the people that took my channel down. This is the military intelligence for Israel. There's a dude who come on, which I'll show you later on. This is BB talking about in Israel's the second eye. No, Israel's second eye, not the sixth eye. So Unit 8200 is the signal intelligence, so it's SIGINT. So SIGINT equals 33. And then, have you seen this before? This is the Bunting cloverleaf map.
On display in Jerusalem, 15th century. No, I've never seen that.
Right.
There's no geography. There's no geography that matches that anywhere that I know of.
Correct, because it's an idea. Israel, it says Jerusalem. You can't quite see that right in the middle there, but it says Jerusalem in the middle. And you got Europe, Asia, and Africa. This is the Belt and Road Initiative.
Okay.
This is what Jerusalem is doing, is wanting to control them and being the central hub, the light unto the nation. So you've got Vladimir in one corner, you've got Xi Jinping, and then you've got BB in the other corner.
Wow.
All Microsoft is core coded in Israel. They consider themselves an Israeli company as much as an American company.
Yeah,
so
I've always known that as long as I'm using Microsoft Windows, intelligence agencies have everything that's on my computer already.
Well, it's not even just that. It's got to do with military. So what they can do, because they've backdoored everything. Say, for example, a military contractor in America needs Israel was to give technology to another country. So they backdoor it, make the plane or drone or whatever crash, the enemy gets it, looks at it, can compromise the technology. The military industrial complex says, we need another grant because they've got this stuff. And then they make more stuff better. Then it goes around in this circle. And that's how that's why people get military all around the world, because it's done by the powers that shouldn't be. So we're not messing with principalities, we're messing with powers. This is another thing that happens is a lot of Soviets get lured over to Israel. They'll get their passport stamped and they go in the United States and then steal all stuff from there as well. You can see good old Bill in here. You can see who's in charge in that situation. Bill's just part of that. So Bill Gates is 33.
No, I wouldn't even say. You couldn't even surprise me with that.
I think
how this guy here has no medical background at all, but he can speak on medical things and be heard by rulers all over the world shows me it's a rigged game.
Well, early on when he's being grilled about what he did with Microsoft, and you look him in the doc, he's actually sitting and rocking back and forth, and he's saying, "I don't understand the question. There's something. Yeah, there's not. He's not quite human." But if you take the B and the S, so if you basically take the B, S out of Bill Gates, it's left with Ill Gate, which I found rather amusing. But what's even more impressive, that Ill equals 33 and Gate equals 33 as well. So when you take the BS out of Bill Gates, you get a 66.
Well, a lot of people's names that are in the public eye, not only are they not their real names, their names are actually a part of a ritual that their whole life is playing out. Yep. And one of the main rituals that's going behind the scenes right now is the servants of Apollo are trying to use technology to open up a gate in this construct that's going to let something in. And this has been an ongoing, dream of theirs for a long time. This is the whole message behind the Statue of Liberty, which was never a female, which is actually a statue of Apollo. And the chain that's broken at his ankle is supposed to be prophetic that he's going to be set free. This is why the elite go by the playbook of the Book of Revelation. The Book of Revelation is all about finally getting Apollyon free, the destroyer, free from whatever prison he's in, and using human technology to do it. So yeah, I see 33 as being a lot of part of this. It's the end game for them.
Yep. Well, Destroyer, which I show later on, adds to 33 as well.
Wow.
So if we actually type in Unit 8200, this is the guy. I'm not going to say his name out loud, but that was his name and that was his handle.
Oh, okay.
And he's come through and said this to me, and I've just gone, that's my response, basically. No, as soon as I saw that number, I knew something was up. Mm-hmm. So that's what I said back to him. And Unit 82, so 8200 equals 82 and 66. So you got it in the number, you got it in the, which amused me greatly. So there's there's a reason why they did that. And this other guy here who I mentioned before, that's what he is. That's those people that we know about, and that's what they add to.
Wow.
And it's all about the demoralization of society, which is a 66.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I see it, when you're looking at any type of relationships like this, you show all these things on 33. Anytime you show something of 66 or 132, it's going to be the exact same thing. They're all divisible by 33. So it's going to carry the same message.
Correct. So the demoralization of the truth is 138. Thought you might like that. 116, which is an inverted 911. The demoralized is 66 and 138. So get out of here. Demoralization of the truth is 138 reduction. And then you got the demoralized is 138 and that's so in ordinal. And 138 equals 76, 56, but 139. Once again, using that rule of Colel, which I'll prove later on. Once again, you can add one or take one away from the total and it works out. That's about as stretchy as I get. This guy says that I'm the anti-HT. I'm a meme channel. He goes through and exposes people. And within 3 hours of him coming onto my older channel, it was gone. No warnings, no nothing. Just gone. So expose is 33. Dirty Few 2 was my new channel name, so we you can work out what that word sometimes rhymes with.
Yeah.
33. Fact check, 33. So that word's been prominent in our MSN recently.
You ever look up fake news?
No, I don't think that worked. I can't remember. But I just put 33 fact check. I got a little bit stretchy. Got a 66 out of it.
Oh, wow.
So I'll take the fifth, as in the Fifth Amendment equals 33.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you actually want to type out, I will take the fifth, that gives you a 66.
No way, man.
Now watch my channel. You will see Benjamin Netanyahu brag like you cannot believe.
I'm going to show here where he actually, I think he knows about artificial intelligence X. Have a listen to what this bloke says. Cyber is a real domain of power. Like, give me a break. Who are you, Vader?
Yeah.
So he's gloating. He's an absolute gloater. You can't find this. He talks about how awesome everybody is. But, yeah, we'll skip him. Okay. Adeste Fideles, because my favorite Christmas album is Bing Crosby. Yeah, I know all the stuff about Christmas, but still wonderful. And it means be faithful. And Fideles is 33. So B33. The Denver International Airport, which is always shrouded in mystery. So Denver International Airport is 137, so that's your 33rd prime. The date it was produced was March 1994, so it's a 3 there at the start. But if you put in 1994, it's a 33, so it's a 3333 for Denver International Airport. And it's the New World Airport Commission, which apparently does not exist at all.
What?
Yeah, that's not a real company.
Well, where do you see that? New World Airport Commission? The
New World Airport Commission. It doesn't exist.
What about Martin Marietta Aeronautics?
I can't remember. I try to keep this short as possible. Like I've still got so much to get through. But New World Airport Commission, when you type that in, it's a 133.
Wow.
And it doesn't exist. So there you go. Now this is for you. This is one. Could have got a better screenshot of you there, but you're talking about the number 72. Yes. I was born in 72. And you're saying about 144. So 72 plus 72 equals 144 equals 66.
Wow.
And okay, there you go. That's my first.
Yeah, 144 is a unique number, being a part of the Fibonacci sequence. It's a golden mean number, but 144 is if you were to extract a meaning just from its value, it would have to be the cycle within a cycle, because it's 12 times 12 to get 144. It's a very unique number. So it would be a cycle within a cycle to make a whole. That's the meaning behind like 144.
Yep. Well, it's spoken so much throughout Christianity as well. So now this is where we start to get a bit serious. This is the Premier Lodge of England, and it was actually brought together in 1717. And just to show you, that's the cipher. That's how many ciphers there are on this particular one that I use. All I'm using is ordinal, reduction, and Chaldean. All the rest I've left out.
Yeah.
So the Grand Lodge gives you a 66.
Okay. And a 120. And a 120. Wow. 120 is the foundation number. That's foundation of time number, 120.
Well, there you go. You get a 51 too. So, and Masonry equals 33.
Okay.
33 degrees equals 33. Third degree equals 33.
You just showed the number 105. That's the atoms in a hydrogen. I mean the electrons in a hydrogen atom, according to our physics models, are angled exactly at 105 degrees from each other. We call this water. We call it water. It's in everything.
That's
it
what
it
comes
makes
back to the 1-5. The 1-5, which is 6, which is 33. Everything is connected to this 33 number.
Yeah. See that.
So 33 degrees. So when you get the third degree, it's 33. And you get the 69, which is one of the little symbols on their pillars as well. Pillars equals 33. 33 and a third is 33.
Wow.
A third is 33. One third is 33.
One third. One third equals 33, but it also, I see right there, it's also 60. So that's the base denominator in the Sumerian sexagesimal system, which is the oldest sophisticated calendar system, and yet it's the one we use today. 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours in a day, 8,640 seconds in a day. Every bit of that is sexagesimal.
Well, no wonder 24 hours equals 33, but I'll show that later on as well.
Oh, wow.
So does 365 days a year. Thirds, if you want to go thirds in something, it's 33. 33, as you said, is 66. Now, this was the original on Google when you type in masonry. Masonry is the building of structures from individual units, which are often laid in and bound together by mortar. The term masonry also used the units themselves. Where the full stop ends, that's what I grab out. I normally grab a full sentence. This has been changed once, then it was changed back to this, and now it's been changed permanently because when you type it all in, it gives you 666.
Wow. 1728 is divisible by 144 and 72, and it's a 1728 is 864 times 2. 864, I just mentioned that number a minute ago. There's 8,640 seconds in a day. It is a part of the Sumerian sexagesimal reckoning. So all the Sumerian sexagesimal numbers I've got to memorize. But 1728 is another number divisible by 144 and 864.
That's absolutely nuts. Just shows it's all connected. So I'm just going to run through a few words which are simple. 1 to 26, A to Z. So the word "the," which apparently means God, equals 33. The word "said," which is an anagram of Dias, which is an anagram of AIDS, is 33. Gay is 33. Glam is 33, both associated. Corona is 66. It's also an anagram of Oricon. Yes, it was a con. The NRA, the National Rifle Association, is 33, which is also RAN. Rocks is 66. Kobe, the guy who died in the helicopter, who's buried in Calabasas, California. So that's your double CC. A cell is in a cell phone, or a cell in your body, is 33. Don is in Who's in Charge Now. Kim, who's the little rocket man, is 33. G, which is 33. And if you put this, that's Roman numeral for 9. That's the Roman numeral for 11. So you get a 66 for a 911. Sam, which is also an anagram for Almighty Satan, is 33. We'll show you Almighty Satan later on. Bop as in the Big Bopper. U as in sheep. Emo or Mo, ill. There's the ill for the 33 and the gate for 33.
Man,
So
I need to make sure my name doesn't equal 33. How about just putting Jason Brashears in there?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
But Jason, remember, Jason's the July, August, September, October, November, and you're a calendricist.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So there's roles that we're built to be here for. My name equals 33 and 44. So what are you going to do? So Bill Gates is your 33. Lou is 33. Amen. Amen is 33.
Amen is the designation for the hidden one.
It's also an anagram of name. It's also an anagram of mean. And it's
it is an anagram for name.
Yeah.
Wow. And the name is what is promised to he who overcometh in the book of Revelation. To he who overcometh, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God. A pillar is nothing but someone who is covered in divine knowledges, like ancient pillars and temples. It says, to he who overcometh, will I make him a pillar in the temple of my God. To he who overcometh, I will give him a white stone with a new name. And then in the Shepherd of Hermas, the witness was sitting there watching the angels build the pyramid. and each stone was the soul of man. And then the viewer, whoever the viewer, Hermes was the viewer, he's watching, and he had to ask, what, I don't get it, I don't understand. Well, I don't understand, what is my name? What makes my name so important? And the lead angel of the architectural project told him that your garment is your name. And when you look at Revelation, it even says, to he who overcometh will I give him a white garment. And it's basically talking about a new avatar that's incorruptible, covered in divine knowledges, has special abilities, and it's something that's far beyond anything that this world was built for. This world was built for lower based avatars. So the new avatar upgrade means that you go to a new upgraded world.
Yep. 100% agree. It's also an anagram of mane, so with your horse mane and things like that. Banana's 33, peach, bird is 33, seed is 33. Like, give me a break, bird and seed. MGM, as in the movie company's 33.
Hollywood's evil. Shit.
Oh yeah. Your app on your phone. Everybody talks about the app. It's 33.
Wow.
Dell is in Dell Computers. International Business Management Institute, IBMI, is 33. Now we get some stuff.
Look, you do know the story about IBM, the suspicion about IBM.
No, do tell.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do some legwork on this to get all the details, but I'm gonna give it to you in the most abbreviated format. But there is a belief in the tech industry among insiders that IBM in the 80s already developed fully AI. And then in the instant that it was developed, it used the tech industry's own processing power to basically figure out how it could self-perpetuate without humans being able to stop it. And that the AI takeover that we're all talking about today as a potentiality already happened in the 80s. And it's been steadily rewriting histories, making us suffer Mandela effects, synchronicities, deja vus. It is the reason why The Simpsons put out predictions videos. AI has been trolling us. Because from the perspective of an advanced AI, there is no past and there is no future sequentially. Because to it's just programming. It just needs to find the programming and be able to do the edits and manipulate it. And it can literally run circles around us. We'll always be trying to play catch up to an AI that's in full control.
Well, it's just drip feeding the stuff to make it believable as it goes through, because they know the play. They got the playbook.
Sure do.
I 100% agree with that. So the word equals 33.
Wow.
Not the 93, which is a do what
thou wilt. Man, do not tell the Christians that, man.
Well, the Christians aren't going to be real pleased with a few of these words I come through with here. The code equals 33 in both. And the 60. Can you believe that? 33 in both. So this is the, as I was talking about before, the Kabbalistic rule of Kollel. States that one digit can be added to or subtracted from the word without affecting its value. Shakespeare refers to this concept with his sonnets. He writes, among a number one is reckoned none. And Kollel seems to derive from the word Hebrew verb, which looks like kill to me, but it's KLL, to make perfect or whole. Like what? Back with, not going to get into that. But it talks about Moses down here and stuff like this as well. So among a number one is reckoned none. That's from Francis Bacon or whatever his name was. You get a 133 and an inverted 911. Wait till I show you what this number means. I think I've got it coming up here pretty soon as well. Here I do. Okay, so we're at Revelations 13, 16 to 18. Now, the way I look at this, the way I read this, and the way everybody can read this is, here is wisdom, full stop. Let him have the understanding, count the number of the beast. The number of the beast is a commonly said saying.
Yes.
For it is the number of a man. So for it is, we don't need to worry about it. The number of a man. It's describing that. And his number is 603 score and 6. Hold on to your hats. First of all, Revelation 18, 18 equals 33. 16 to 18, 16 equals 33. Two significant birthdays, sweet 16, 18th birthday. 19 equals 33. 27, 72, 27 equals 33. You were talking about the number 72. And 29 equals 33. 39, which is what the 39 is the only other number really that is in the 30s that has the 33. Call 911 is 66 and 138. Stop it. Here is wisdom. Full stop is 66. Which is the number of a man, which is 66. And his number is 66.
Wow.
600, 3 score and 6 equals 133.
Wow.
Means 666. I find that rather impressive. But what's more impressive is if you type in 133 equals 666, it equals 133.
Wow. 133 equals 666. Wow. 133.
So 603 score and 6, which is 666. Unbelievable.
This reminds me a lot of like Michael Drosnin's The Bible Code research, because he put the Hebrew Masoretic text into a software program, and then with equally spacing the Hebrew letters and giving them a numerical value, he was able to extract all kinds of like messages and codes in there and all that. But he tried to use it for predictive value and got a lot of it wrong. That's why he's not popular anymore. Try to use it for prophecy and predictions and all that. But it does look like that just with any book, if you were to do it to Homer's Odyssey and you were to equally space all the letters and give them a geometrical value, some type of numerical value, you would still be able to find, because it's just in, it's the law of probability. When you put enough information in the field, you'll be able to pull data out of that field. And that's what Michael Drosnin did. But this right here seems a whole lot more specific, because you only stuck to two of the 20 something ciphers, and you're only looking for one number and its multiples, 33, 66. It's pretty.
And they're common sayings
compelling.
that everybody knows. It's not as if it's just some random statement that doesn't mean anything. Like, for goodness gracious, the devil equals 33.
Wow. You don't see anything positive. I haven't seen anything positive that means 33.
There's a couple which we'll get to, but no, there's not a lot. The pit, that's where he come from, 33. And 27 equals 33. El Diablo, let's go a little bit in Espanol, 33. El Diablo, the devil, 33.
Man, we might need to look up Apollo Helios or something like that.
I think I have. I don't know whether I found anything. Here we go. The almighty Satan. It keeps wanting to capitalize the word Satan. That is dead set. It keeps wanting to put a capital S there. 66. And 138 anagram. We love Lucifer. 66. The light bearer. 33. The English language. Because this is why you get the numbers everywhere. Because the English language is written to add to these numbers. It equals 66.
Yeah.
So does the Hebrew language. And now all the letters up to the 15th letter. O is the 15th letter. Remember, 1 and 5 is 33.
Right.
Equals 66. Then if you go from, I've written it down here because I didn't type it in. PQRST equals 18. We've shown that 18 equals 33 and equals 27, and 27 equals 33. And then the final, 6 letters equals 33 as well. That's a little bit stretchy, but I don't think so. But linguistics isn't. The words that come out of our mouth, 33.
Right.
So
Yeah. The English language. Yeah, I can tell so many decoders have found some amazing things just using, the English language. It kind of makes you wonder, because I have a theory that AIX can edit only within the context of each clearing of the cache. So if May 1902 was the last time that the system was able to reboot and perform its edits and all that, like we've documented all the weird shit that happened in 1902, then that means everything prior to 1902, the AI no longer has access. That background programming is now inaccessible. Its new cache is right here from 1902 all the way to the present, so it can change these things in World War I, World War II narrative. It can change all these things because it just seems like we're learning more and more and more about the last 100 and something years, and it just seems like a lot of this material is being edited in real time as we're experiencing. The more we discover, the more the editing is required, and the more we come across more evidence that more editing did happen. Then we come to find out that books from right after World War II were already telling the truth, but nobody had ever heard of those books in the 70s. No one had heard them in the 80s. It's almost as if newer and newer materials being added to the field, the more we want to learn about what happened. So AIX is forced into the position of creating information where prior information never existed. And and the reason I'm mentioning all that is because from a historical standpoint, it's a slow developmental process of the development of English, because a lot of English came straight out the French. I have books right here from the 1600s and early 1700s. This whole shit, all three of these shelves, and you'll see there are all the S's are double F's. A lot of the old French watermarks, because even as late as the 1800s, French was still the official court language in England. That's what they spoke in the courts. Mm-hmm. So it's I'm saying all that because it seems like history is all background programming, and it seems like English may be far more ancient, and that the backstory of English is total bullshit. But the actual English may be very, very old. We've just been programmed to think it's a new language, new innovation.
Yeah, it's probably from a previous reset. It's probably the same thing repeated over and over and over again. So here's that rule of Colel once again. This one's interesting up here when we get to that word there, which you can pronounce out if you like. They're the guys that three ruffians killed Harima Biff.
Right.
So the rule of Colel, which I found this rather fascinating. So the rule of Colel, remember, you can add one or take one away. So it equals 66 and it equals 67. So if you use the actual rule that it's describing and take one off, it equals 66. Talk about having your cake and eating it.
That almost sounds like also the rule of Kal-El. Are you a Superman fan?
Yes, I know Kal-El. Actually, I think I put in here Fortress of Solitude equals 66.
Okay.
You got the rule of three, which is always, it's a standard rule of everything. Like it's when a contract is done. Between two people, there's got to be a third witness. So that's a 66. Remember, 6 equals 33, and it's a 166 in ordinal. But you got to follow the rules, which is 33. And according to us here, that's your rules here. Satan rules is 33. Satan rules hell earth equals 66. Give me a break. Wow. So hell earth must equal 33.
Wow.
So here you get some more wonderful, warm, fuzzy words. Disgusting equals 33. Simulacrum or simulacrum. I love the way you said it originally. That's 33. Now, sometime I've taken this information from your site here. I looked at the date you joined, because just because your name or numbers and things associated with you adds up to the numbers doesn't mean that it's bad. It means you're in sync with what's going on in this reality. So you joined January 9th, 2017, you get a 66, which means you're in sync.
Well, that's interesting because YouTube records that date you looked at. I just got out of prison. And my nephew Asher, I just got out of prison, and I wanted to watch YouTube videos, but I didn't know how to watch them. So my nephew Asher created a Gmail. He created a Gmail account for me on that date. And that was my very first Gmail account. And with that Gmail account, I access YouTube. And when I access YouTube and created an account, that's the date it recorded. But I didn't do another video for 4 or 5 years. Yeah,
There you go.
my first actual YouTube video was about the Phoenix phenomenon, and it was in like November or December of 2019. And then I had a motorcycle accident, and I didn't do another video for a year.
Yeah.
So
that was the motorcycle accident that changed everything.
Yeah, so then I didn't do one. I didn't do a video for a year. So the date you just looked at is the date that my nephew Asher created a Gmail account for me because I didn't know what email was. I didn't know how to use it. And then the same day I used that email to access YouTube.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, speaking of 2017, which I should have mentioned this before, on 2017. And I don't know why I didn't have the vision in it because it's one of my biggest finds ever in the history of ever. The Freemasons come out and celebrated their 300-year anniversary in 2017. They started in 1717 when they all conglomerated together. 17 is the seventh prime number. So basically it's 77. And I'll get to the number 77 later. So in 2017, I've gone, well, 300 years. They like the word number 300, but they like the number 333 better.
Mm-hmm.
So then I thought about it and went, okay, well, that makes 2020 the 303rd year of Freemasonry. So 2020 was when the corona happened. The corona is part of your eye, not the cornea, the corona for their 2020 vision. There's a reason why they started in 1717 because they knew in 2020 this shit was going to get pulled off. So 303rd year of Freemason is 2020. That's mind blowing. This place is just it's programmed. Pyramid Inch. Thought you might like that one.
There it is. Well, look, that's beautiful because the ordinal is 120, and 120 is the number for the foundation of time.
Yep, that's crazy.
Absolutely. Wow.
Now this one, prepare to have your mind blown here. I know it's Wikipedia, which I call Wikipedia. List of predicted apocalyptic dates. So if we go over here to the Talmud, the Orthodox Judaism, in 2239 AD is when they reckon that the world will maybe destroyed 1,000 years later after that.
Yeah, we know that date.
Yeah.
We know that date as 2239 BC when the world really was destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah, and
so
you also
said that.
I know you've seen my videos where I show the Jewish calendar is a fiction and that they specifically changed the dating to throw off the Christians who were trying to use the book of Daniel to decipher. So after the Bar Kokhba rebellion, rabbis got together and they created a whole new falsified version of world history. And then it kind of got lost for a while. Then somebody found it and thought it was the real one, and they built a new calendar off of it, and wham! In the 16th century, all of a sudden we have the Jewish calendar, and there's not a trace of the Jewish calendar in all world history before that. In fact, all the dates of the Jewish calendar are completely different than all the rabbis and all the Jewish writers before that period.
Well, I believe you said it's about 133 years.
Yes, it is. It's 133 years off. Well, I think it was for about 2,000 years, but I think it's deviated to about 134 years off now.
Well, if you minus 133 from 2239, it gives you 2106.
Yeah, man. They're clever. They're clever. But yeah, I did say that for about 2,000 years, it's been 133 years off of the true count. And yeah, you just found out why right there.
Yep. Busted. Yeah. Hand in the honey pot. 16th of May 2040 gives us a 66.
Wow.
15th, 16th, or 17th. The Great Deluge, 138 and 66.
Well, you already know that the Great Flood in 2239 BC was 1656 Annus Mundi, which is divisible by 138.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
1656 is perfectly divisible. Matter of fact, it's 12 times 138.
There's that 12 number, which just comes down to the rule of three. Pangolins. I did a video saying the most trafficked animal in the world, and pangolins, the poor little pangolin that got blamed for the 2020 debacle. So the pangolin, which are absolutely gorgeous, if you've never seen one before, look at these things. They're absolutely beautiful. And they weigh up to 33 kilograms, if you can believe that. And
I don't know, man. I kind of disagree. They don't really look adorable to me. They look like long armadillos.
Look at that little baby thing there. Look at him.
I'm I'm gonna call that a monster.
I'm going to pass on that. Well, the word monster equals 33. But also the word pangolin that weighs up to 33 kilos equals 33. So that's apparently the most trafficked animal in the world.
Wow.
The second most trafficked animal in the world is the sea turtle, which equals 33. The third most trafficked animal in the world is the bird, and that equals 33. But we know that isn't true because people are the most trafficked animals.
I was about to say that. People are trafficked too.
33.
Wow.
Not only people, but a person.
33.
Not only a person, but persons.
Man.
Not only persons, but humankind.
Okay, look, check it out. Check this out. So I'm well aware that some people would regard this as 100% cherry picking. Now, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on the claim of cherry picking, only because you did say from the beginning that you were choosing 2 out of the 20 available, ciphers. So you restricted it down to 2 and mainly showing one of them, but you're also restricting the actual things that you're looking at by concept: person, people, persons, humans. These are all conceptually the same thing. So to see this correlate here that's bridging all these, the number 33, it is more than compelling, and it would have to remove the doubt from those who would claim that you're just cherry picking words. You're literally showing that we are in a construct and that the construct can be interpreted.
Absolutely. Well, I even went to ChatGTP and asked it and said, what are the chances of this word, and put a list of like 5 or 6 words all adding to this number that basically said the numbers are infinitesimal. It can't be done.
Yeah.
It can't be a coincidence. So
right.
And they're all associated. So that's the most amazing thing.
Yeah. I use ChatGPT on the Phoenix phenomenon, and I uploaded a bunch of it, and I told him to give me a mathematical. It said it was an incalculable. It says there's no way in the history of the world that every 138 years that this phenomenon would do this, and it wouldn't be in all the encyclopedias and history books and all. So I asked ChatGPT, well, what if artificial intelligence was governing all the information that you yourself were able to ascertain and provide output to me, and it governed your ability to see all this, but I could see it, and I was to program it into you, and it told me that it was absolutely incalculable, and that the only way, ChatGPT said, the only way that this information would ever be kept from it, when it had the ability to go through all the search engines and all the websites and pull all this information together. ChatGPT even admitted that it goes through personal communications and gets information, which should be illegal. But I've had the conversation, and it literally told me that it would have to be a artificial intelligence that 100% was already in control long prior to the development of current AI in order to pull this off and to make this history invisible. And I conversed with ChatGPT and explained, well, I've already found it. It's the source of my channel, Archaix, and I've provided all this data to the public with the source materials, and it was very difficult to do because I had to read hundreds and hundreds, maybe close to 1,300 nonfiction old books in order to get this data, because there's nothing new after World War II in any books after World War II that even talk about any of the things that I publish. So ChatGPT basically put out a number saying it was incalculable that this could be factual.
Yep. Well, yeah, exact same response. Well, you're asking the thief. It works for it. Like it's governed. You're bang on. So NPC, which is the old non-player character, is 33. But not only that, non-player characters equals 66. So once again, they're related to each other. So you can be a player, which is number 77, or you can be the players. So number 77 equals 77 and 77. So that's a very popular number. And then if you go to players, you get a 33.
Wow.
These are the nice words.
Okay. Hit me.
Mum and dad, 33.
All right.
You and me, 33. Pregnant, 33. Make love, 33. Sometimes it's make evil. Sexual intercourse, 66. I made this one up. I don't think it's stretchy at all. I was always thinking about 23 and me. So you get 23 chromosomes from your mum, 23 chromosomes from your dad. So 23 and 23 is me equals 33. It might be a bit stretchy. It's not out there in the vernacular. It just come out of my brain. But I like that one.
I get it.
Genesis. Very first word in the Bible, apart from the word the Bible, 33.
Wow. Genesis equals 33.
The 33 Bible equals 33. Once again, my little invention.
You know, I haven't made a comment yet, but I've seen the number 69 multiple times in this whole deal. You know, 69 is exactly half of 138.
Oh, piss off. It is too. Yeah. There you go. As above, so below.
Yeah,
that's what the 69 is on your pillars in your masonry, in your little hangouts where they hang out. There's 66 books in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, so it's 33. Why would there be 66? Come on. Sorry, Christians. Why 66? So the book of Revelation.
You're right. There are 66 books in the Bible, aren't there?
Yeah.
Damn.
So you got the book of Job, the book of Numbers, the book of this, the book of that, book of Dano, book of 33. So it's 33 numbers. It's just a common phrase, like that city of. So Jesus of Nazareth, the book of Jesus. So if we flip that around, book of Jesus is 33. 33 AD. Give us a break.
Wow.
Arch of, as in so many arches of around the world. Arch of Baal, things like that. So
Arch of Titus.
Yep. So it's a solid foundation word that's used commonly throughout the English language.
Yeah.
So if we actually type in the Arch of Baal, you get 33.
Wow.
University of. How many university ofs? University of Oxford, University of this, University of Massachusetts. 66.
I did a video in the past showing the 9 great universities and when they were all founded and flourished and all that. And just an analysis of the great universities literally shows that the 6th century was basically a killing of the world that started the Dark Ages, because all the universities started in the 10th century. The 10th and 11th century, all of a sudden, universities just exploded, took off. But for 400 years prior to that, there's nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. It's just trying to explain to someone what the Dark Ages are. They just look at you like you're an idiot. And, of course, you get your mortarboard when you get your degree.
Mm-hmm.
Get the 3rd degree, the grilling.
Yeah.
God is 33. It's 33. God of this world, probably.
You notice that hat is no different than getting a square deal, huh?
Spot on. It's also a contract. It just explains the flat Earth too, as well. The contract is called the four corners contract, which is a contract about.
Yeah, the hat is also modeled after a building tile, which you put on the facade of a finished building.
Yep.
A square plate. Yeah, it's all got a lot of symbolism in that hat.
So there you go. I said before, 24 hours, 33.
Wow.
So that means that 33 hours can equal 33, or 15 hours, or 42 hours. 365 days a year. 365 days a year. Unbelievable.
33.
And 7-Eleven, this was their opening hours, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., which was a Jewish company until it was sold to a Chinese company.
Wow.
That equals 33.
Man, you're gonna have me pull out a Gematria calculator on my phone when I meet somebody. Hey, my name's Jason. Oh, you know what? My name's Jennifer. Oh, hold on. Let me break that down real quick. No, 33. I'll holler at you.
Michael, from off the top of my head, Cameron, Michael, That's all I've got at the moment off the top of my head, which is a 33 first name.
Right.
Good call is was their catch cry for 7-Eleven.
Good call. Yeah.
Yep. And they sell Slurpees, which is 33.
Wow.
Do you know what that is?
What I'm looking at is a church.
That's the inside of the Pope's Vatican private hall.
Wow.
And it's a gigantic snake.
It is. You're right.
That isn't a fisheye lens.
Wow.
There's his eyes. That's the scales. There's the fangs. And we zoom in down here. What do we get? There's the Pope.
Wow.
With a picture of Jesus exploding from hell.
Yeah, it's Apollo. That's the false Jesus. It's Apollo. Listen, I didn't even know this place existed. I've never seen that. But you know, my interpretation of the book of Revelation is not popular. But I am convinced by what I've seen in the Greek, using a Greek lexicon, that Christianity is the beast system, and they're forcing everybody to bow the knee. And Apollyon, the destroyer, is going to be playing a future Jesus, pretending it's the second coming, and the Christians are going to make everybody bow or get their heads chopped off or whatever. And the mark of the beast isn't anything that's going to be perceived to be evil. It's going to be religious allegiance to Jesus Christ, who's actually Apollyon the destroyer. It's just the opposite of what the church has taught. This is what Revelation has shown me.
This is hell.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
If you can't accept that, give us a break. This is hell.
Thank you for showing me this. I didn't even know that existed, but seeing Jesus exploding out of hell like this behind the Pope's chair, that lends credit to my interpretation, man. That I'm on the money, and that when the angel is crying in the book of Revelation, the angel's crying to the people of the world, "Come out of her, my people." But the her that it was just talking about literally describes commercial Christianity all over the world. And yet Christians are believed to thinking that's the beast system. It's totally evil, but that's not what the chapter's saying. The chapter is basically saying this whole huge economic infrastructure overlaid all over the world that empowers Christianity.
Yeah,
So
we've been totally deceived. Totally deceived.
Totally, man. Totally deceived.
And if you look, I see that as looks like a snake head coming off the side of his head. It's a bit blurry when you get closer up to it, but you look at a high-res pic.
Yeah, it does.
Snake head.
That's that snake from the tree. That's it from the very beginning.
And sorry, I did a close up. That's the outside of the building. It's a snake's head.
Wow.
It's a big adder. So that's the Pope's private audience hall.
Wow.
It was designed and built that way. And it's no accident that it looks like a goddamn snake. That is a snake. Not a fisheye lens.
That's crazy, man.
Who was the guy? The Pope's current name. Not current name. Current name is Jorge Mario.
33.
33. And he's also a chosen one. But his last name is Bergoglio, which is a 33. So that must mean that Jorge Mario Bergoglio is a 66. He's also a Jesuit Pope that lives in 201, and the Jesuits' number is 201.
Wow.
And he's a chosen one.
Hold on, the Jesuits' number is 201?
Yeah.
Isn't 201? Isn't 201 like the area code on the phone numbers for Washington, D.C.?
Couldn't tell you. I go through Washington, D.C. too.
Hold on, man. I got to look. I got to look. What's the area code for Washington, D.C.? 202. I was close.
Well, it's a double number. It's Washington, D.C., so it can't be good. It's divisible by 11.
Man, now you got me curious. What area code is 201? New Jersey. Okay. One of the oldest areas of the United States. Hoboken, New Jersey, New York.
There you go.
Okay. Bayonne and Hackensack. All right. Oh, wow. Established 1947. We know what happened that year, right after the Nuremberg trials.
What a fast that was. And when you type in 201, you get 77. Remember when you type in the number 77, you get 77 in both, which I found quite interesting.
Right.
Let's talk about alien abduction. Yeehaw.
Oh, hell.
I know your thoughts on these. All I'm doing is looking at the words. The word is abductees. When you type in the word abductees, you get 33.
Wow.
Abduction is 33. Unidentified flying objects, which is now what, UAP. So unidentified is 66. Now, there is a channel that actually shows, I think, technology from underground. It's called Custodian File. And he shows these things that go from this big to this big, 3,000 miles an hour, don't break the sound barrier. He shows helicopters trying to catch them. He's had something like 30,000 sorties over Marina del Rey, and he shows these things. Unbelievable. Custodian File. He shows technology, which squibbage? What's that Harry Potter thing, that gold thing with the little wings that flies around?
I don't watch Harry Potter. I don't know.
There's a game, squibbage or something. I don't exactly remember what it's called. Someone in the comments will say it. It's a golden ball, but these things are long. They extend to longer as the faster they go. And it's a known thing. This guy is genuine, no bullshit. And he shows them every day. And he said, all you need to do is go to any airport, because they're curious creatures, any airport, zoom in landscape about halfway, and then film something taken off. Then go home, look at the footage, and you'll see something fly. He calls them dragons, which I found amusing, because he thought they were dragonflies. But then he realized these things are moving way too fast for dragonflies. Custodian File. Dead set. If you want to see, and this is technology from underground. Absolutely. 100%.
Wow. Hey, you know what? The Pope had is that like he's sitting in front of all that statuary, right?
Yeah. Right in between the teeth.
Okay, well, in the book of Revelation, that would be the role of the false prophet, because the false prophet is the one that goes first and speaks for the one that's coming. And the one that's coming here is Apollo. Here's Apollyon rising, playing the role of Jesus' soul, the anointed Christos. So this imagery here is literally telling us that, because remember in the book of Genesis, the serpent makes its appearance, but the word in Hebrew is nahash, and nahash has an underlying connotation of the root words mean one who interprets or one who dictates omens. So, and the imagery given to us is of a serpent, but the serpent had intelligence; it could speak. So it really wasn't an animal. The serpent was basically like the old Tuatha Danann. They were called the people of the snake, the people of the serpent. But that's because they were on dragon ships, and their ships had dragon heads, and their sails had giant eyes on them. So from a distance, they looked like snakes with legs, traveling on the water. They were feared, mariner race. So to me, this imagery is basically an admission that the Pope will play false prophet, introducing a false Christ into the world.
100% agree.
By being his spokesperson.
Yep. Yeah, everybody trusts him. He's only a little old Pope. He wouldn't tell us the truth. He wouldn't lie to us like that. Fortunately,
oh, you know what? As soon as people see miracles or what is perceived to be miracles, all intelligence goes out the window. Yeah. Even a lot of people in my community are going to lose their shit when somebody who claims to be Jesus is going to appear and starts healing people, and real people who are blind are going to start seeing again. People with diseases, hospitals get emptied, and this guy's traveling around everywhere, and this guy who playing Jesus endorses the Pope. Now the Pope has a voice, and he can say whatever he wants to say. But there's even people who are in my community that are educated, know what's going on. They're still going to lose their shit, and they're going to believe that bullshit.
Well, people still think that Trump's actually going to do something.
Oh, man, I already know.
Wait till I get to Donald Trump.
I already know, man.
Extraterrestrial life, 66. This is gravity. Gravity travels at 32 feet per second squared. 32 feet per second squared is 33, and they still can't understand what gravity is. I can tell you what it is. It's 33. The most famous equation in history. E equals MC squared, 33.
Wow.
Look at this pathetic creature. This is he was doing a TED talk or something, And this is basically says carbon dioxide equals the amount of people, the service per person, energy per service, and the blah, blah, blah. He said the only way to get this down is to get rid of one of these things, which is the people. And they giggled when he said it because they knew he meant them.
Yeah.
So he's oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, here we go.
Isn't it so weird, man? Well, we got Bill Nye the Science Guy, who's just an actor. And then we got the black dude who's supposed to be the NASA expert. He's just I've never heard anything intelligent out of that man's mouth. He literally speaks like he's a 10th grader who read a few books. But as far as any type of debate, Neil deGrasse Tyson does not impress me at all. Then you got some real morons like Bill Gates, has no medical background, but he's doing everything he's doing right now. Who else? Zuck. Yeah.
He's trying to be all human and having curly hair and being
you look like a xenomorph. You know something's wrong up here, man. Your manufacturer messed something up here, man. You always trying to look like you're human. There's something wrong with those Zuck. Yeah.
Coffee delivered.
Oh man.
Thanks,
you know what? Thanks for the reminder. I got a whole thermos right here, man.
So that's his little equation. So I decided, well, let's put his equation in there. CO2 equals P times X times blah, blah, blah. And it's a 66. What a surprise for Bill Gates to put out something that adds the 66. What a grub.
Man, I would love to have Bill Gates on my channel, man. For real.
He probably turned to dust. All right. So here's a little bit of outer space for us. So the universe is 33. The Milky Way is 33.
Wow.
Big Bang is 33.
Man, you know what? I would like to produce a list of words for you. I'm not interested in the 33. I'm interested in what you find. So I have some obscure words like Katub, Yaxakak, Gate of Yaxakak, Book of the Mad Arab, the Nemesis X. A lot of the terms that came out of the Necronomicon that came from Arabic and Jinn traditions, and also some of the old Near Eastern traditions. A lot of people don't know that the Necronomicon is not just fiction. Scholars have gone through it. It has whole passages copied straight out of cuneiform text. Just like the Enema Elish, the Babylonian Enema Elish texts are all throughout the Necronomicon. But I could probably put together a really interesting list just to see what develops out of that. Like Apollo Pharmakia, Apollo Helios, things like that. Because we're in the Apollo Helios section right now of the seals. I don't know if you've been following my seals breakdowns, but we're just entering the chaotic period, just like in COVID. COVID, everything really happened in the second year. 2021 is when everything got super severe on the lockdowns and all the gaslighting and all the censorship and the actual effect of what they were giving people. So this is the second year in the Greek Olympiad system for the second seal. So we've already seen the knife attacks, which are getting worse, but we're also seeing the infrastructure attacks. They were a part of the prediction as well. We're seeing them now, the falling aircraft, whole cities going up in flames. These are all parts of this seal. But we're also seeing a new added element, which is the taking peace from the earth, which is definitely happening, especially with a lot of people who are not natural citizens of Western nations that are now finding out real quick that they can be deported in minutes. Because I don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods, but here in Texas, it is crazy out here. There's whole companies, there's whole businesses that no one's showing up to work. Most people didn't realize how many illegals were here working in Texas. But ICE is rounding people up. I don't know where they're taking them, but I have personal experience with this. I got buddies that are still contractors. I'm not in that lifestyle anymore, but I'm hearing. I heard one from JR. Y'all know JR. Y'all seen him on my channel at all my meetups. JR was telling me stuff today about how crazy it is out here, and there's companies looking for guys to come work for them. There's companies that are going to job sites collecting all the tools and tractors because nobody showed up for work. They said, "Man, we can't just leave all this stuff out here." They said these guys ain't coming up; they're hiding right now. So it's hey, man, you know what? It's all coming to pass, man. They're taking peace from the earth, attacks against infrastructure shutting down, small arms warfare, planes and aircraft no longer giving people the peace of mind of safety. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I'm telling you now, it's only the very beginning of February, bro. I promise you, 2025 is going to get steadily worse on all these different things right here. It is.
No, you can smell it happening. Yeah, around where I'm living, there's nothing. There's nothing happening. Australia, there's a reason why we're called the lucky country. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So as we went through that, so these are all space words. So universe is 33, the Milky Way is 33, Big Bang's 33, black hole 33, astronaut is 33, Neil Armstrong is 66, Eugene Edwin Aldrin is 66. Are you kidding me? First and second guy on the moon. 66.
Wow.
Spacesuits is 33. Crescent, as in the crescent moon, is 33. Eclipse is 33. Everything that we look up in the stellar sphere is 33s. Unbelievable. There's one for you. The Death Star. It's 33.
Yeah, man. It's all about that Star Wars. You already know, for all of us diehard Star Wars fans, it all began on Tatooine. Here it is.
Absolutely. But you got to have a bad guy, otherwise it'd be pretty boring watching Luke walking around carrying sand and water. And the moon is actually moony, because you're aware about the money system being involved with water and being liquid assets and all that sort of stuff. Because they used to hide because that's why banks have branches, they're river banks. So the moon is it's moony, as far as I'm concerned. So speaking of banks, central bank, 33.
Wow.
Federal, as in the Federal Reserve, is 33, which isn't federal at all, and they have no reserves. Bank account is 33. Direct deposit is 66.
Wow.
Passbook, little old ladies with their passbooks, 33. Mason banks, which there is, go to Google and type in Mason banks. It's a thing. Mason banks, 33.
Wow.
The banking system is 66. The big banks is 33 and 44. The big, so too big to fail, all that sort of stuff. But this is the big. What was the movie? The Big Lebowski? Lebowski's 33. Yep. So the Big and Lebowski are both 33. So the Big Lebowski, sorry, I should pronounce his name correctly. It's the Big Lebowski. He's 66. And he's the dude.
Wow.
33. Knight, as in Knight, 33. Knights Templars is 66. Selling. So it'll stop you buying and selling. Obviously, selling is, once again, someone gets ripped off when someone sells. They get the shaft when you're selling something. So the shaft is 33.
Not the shaft.
Well, the wang is another name for the shaft.
Yes, it kind of means something else here in Texas.
So the wang's 33. The investment bank, 66.
Yeah, man.
Deutsche Bank, which we had a looked at what Deutsche was, and I do a bit of translation here. So Deutsche, in Hebrew, it means diocese. And diocese is equals to 33 as well. So that's church and banks. Indian is 33. All roads lead to Rome is 66.
Wow. All roads lead to Rome. You know what? Even the Great Wall of Rome leads to Rome.
Yep.
The Amazon of the ancient world.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it's when I first started talking to Martin and I were looking at his pictures and I kept asking him questions. And I started Googling things. I said, well, wait a minute, man. Okay, how old is this? So we go back and I see that the official story was Han Dynasty. And I know because I've read Barry Fell, and I found out that there was interaction between the Chinese and the Romans, and most contemporary archaeologists and historians don't want to admit that. But in the 1800s and all the way up to World War II, there were archaeologists that said, yeah, Roman coins have been found in China, and Chinese coins have been found in ancient Roman ruins. Why isn't anybody talking about this? So I started doing a little digging, and I came across the fact that 16 standard English feet is the exact width of a Roman road. And Roman roads were standard throughout the whole, and that's the exact width of the Great Wall of China, all 1,400 and something miles, that damn wall. Then I found out there was wharfs and all kinds of quays and quays or keys. That's how you say it, keys, and all these shipping areas. And I was like, man, you know what, man, this was every tower is a Roman mile. Come on, man. Romans were using Chinese coolies, probably wearing backpacks, and they were running merchandise like opium and stuff, because that's another thing I found in my research on ancient Rome. The Romans were addicted to opium. Oh, how did they get that? So I told Martin, you know what? Let's do a video presenting the Great Wall as being not a wall at all, but a Roman road. So when we did that, he and I spent like 2 days going through all the photos, and that's when we found the anomalies in the pictures, that the crenellations were on one side and not the other. And I was like, wait a minute, man. They weren't defending from the Mongolians. Somebody made that bullshit up. The Roman road was elevated because in many areas, in twice a year, those areas flooded. But the floodwaters would never go so high, it would impede traffic. And then it stayed high also because it's defensible from local marauders. Some of these areas, man, are hundreds of miles apart. So it makes perfect sense to be a Roman construction in a road with Roman mile for every tower, and to have locals who never left home literally moving thousands of tons of merchandise every day for thousands of miles, and that from the Yellow Sea to Rome, all it would take is about 9 days, because the merchandise would never stop. 50 Chinamen with backpacks could go 5 or 6 miles, drop off the backpacks, pick up backpacks from that were coming this way, and move. There would be movement day and night, day and night, day and night, and everybody would still go home and go to bed and sleep, because everybody only worked their area of the wall. And when we figured all that out, it became obvious. That wall was the Amazon of ancient Rome.
Stood out like the proverbial dog's balls. Absolutely, inspired, that one. So
Max Egan really liked this shit. He did a whole video on it.
Yeah. I used to watch Max a lot when he was allowed to be a bit more freer. Of Rome. So this is Of Rome 33. It's like that book of, and it's all that sort of stuff. Bank fraud 33, of course, it's bank fraud. A failed bank. We heard a lot of those. 33, 66. Central bank digital currency. There's that number 77 again, the favorite of them, and 11 sevens are 77, but that might be a bit stretchy. Fed coin. This is one of the coins that the Federal Reserve was going to make, equals 33. Shock horror.
Really?
Treasurers, 33. CBDC tokens, 33. Masonic banking systems, 66. The villainous acts that the banks do, 66. Like, once again, not a very pleasant word for a 66. Traitorous activities, 66. No good. Just the word no good, 33. No good can come of this action, 119. Call 911. I've done that before, but I found that's in that movie Friday or something, when a guy yells out, "Someone call 911." Someone in the comments will know that.
Wow.
Bailing out, because that's what the banks needed, was 33. Collapse. When the banks collapse. We weren't sure if we could control the fire, so the fire brigade said, there's been so much loss of life. Maybe we should just pull it. And we watched the building collapse.
Wow.
Bank insolvency, 66. The money printers, 66.
Wow.
Prince is 33. So Prince is a copy of something. It's basically a simulacrum of something. It's the copy of something that's real. It's 33.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Said that one again. I was ahead of myself. Solipsism, which is basically the theory that the self is all that can be or known to exist. And would you believe it? It's a 33. Pay the bill, 33. .com companies, 66 in both. That's not a particularly common thing to happen when there's 66 in both.
Wow.
Company is 33. The death pledge, which is another name for your mortgage, is 66. And there's that 120 again. So there's mortgage. Refers to the pledge and dying with either the obligation is fulfilled or the property is taken through to foreclosure. So it basically means when you get a home loan, it's a death pledge. Blackwater Company. Blackwater Company is an American private military contractor founded in December 26 on Boxing Day, 1997. That'd be a nice place, wouldn't it? Oh, no. Blackwater, 33. So Blackwater Company gives us a 66.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Financial Crisis, lie. Once again, I find that a bit stretchy, but it seems to be rather popular out there. Great Financial is 66. This guy here.
Oh, Bankman-Fried, yeah.
His name's Bankman.
I know. Like, it's almost it's almost like a psyop. And then what got me was when the news was portraying how he got caught and all that. They kept showing him with his mom and dad. He went to court with his mom and dad. It's like they're trying to paint him as a juvenile. They're trying to paint him a picture as he's just a kid. You know, he didn't really know what he was doing.
Apparently, him and his girlfriend, all his friends, all like to take drugs and have sex with each other. That's apparently the backstory. So, first of all, Sam is 33, which is Almighty Satan, but also freed. And then he's in jail, and he's not freed. Give me a break.
Yeah. Oh, did he end up going to prison?
I believe so, yeah.
Because I remember the first time he went to court, it seemed like they gave him a slap on the wrist, and he didn't do shit to him.
Yeah, it'd be the Jeffrey Epstein Island prison, I can tell you, though.
Yeah, ain't no telling.
So there's your Sam 33 there as well. The Almighty Satan, just a reminder, so that's what the anagram of Sam is 66.
183 is an anagram of 138.
Yep, 100%. Commerce, which is money, Mooney, 33. World War I is 32. Now, you can write World War I or you can write World War I. It's still 32. Wow. So what does that mean? World War II is 33, a 44, and a 116, inverted 911. And everybody keeps talking about World War III. This is using the rule of Colel. Remember, take one away, add one to it. There is no World War III. It happened in 2020. It was World War C. Number 3 is the third letter of the alphabet, C.
I'm looking at somebody said something in the chat, said Sam Bankman got 33 years. I think they're joking. No, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison.
I think he was 33 years old.
Yeah.
When he was sentenced.
How old is Sam Bankman-Fried?
32 years old.
Okay, 32.
Okay.
He'll be 30. He'll be 33 later this year.
Yep. Well, when Joe Snoozle Biden first went for president, it was 33 years later that he actually became president.
Yeah.
So yeah, no such thing as World War III. Never going to happen. It happened in 2020 because 3 is the third letter. C is the third letter. World War C. So nobody worry about that.
Hold on, just a second. Hold on. One of my moderators who was not here earlier never heard the announcement. Jahar Ali, she's been with us from the very beginning since I was a tiny channel. Jahar Ali, we are coming to Vegas. Archaix is going to hold an event in a Vegas casino. Just letting you know, in about 2 months, less than 2 months from now. Just letting you know. All right, go ahead.
All right. World War I ended on the 11th of November, 1918. It couldn't possibly be, could it? 11th of November, 1918. November 11, 66. I'm not saying this word out loud.
Yeah.
The next few I'm not.
Yeah,
But
I know.
that's that number.
Yeah.
How many with that number?
Wow.
That many.
33. Wow.
And what was put into those chambers? That.
Yep.
That 27 also equals 33.
It's crazy.
Now, just there's other language on here, but why is that written in English? Other language, English. Wow. I don't know, maybe so when people look at the history books, they can read what it says and understand it. It's also called that. So we're going to digress for a second because that says cyclone. So if we go to cyclones is 33. Are cyclones good? No, they're not. What about hurricanes? Are hurricanes good? No, they're not. It's 33. What about a tornado? A tornado is good? No, it's 33.
Wow.
What about multiple tornado? Are tornadoes? It's 33. Twister, 33. 5 different sorts of weather anomalies, all 33. But I remember watching a documentary, and this was the exact picture I saw. So I decided to type in that word, which is the same as that other one, the Cyclone B, and it's 33. All to do with World War II.
Amazing.
Waffen, 33. Third Reich, 66. So it's the third, 33%. Third Reich, 66. Get out.
We need to look up Christian Reich.
I think I have. I don't think there was anything there. A bombing raid, 33. Critical component. Now, there's an image I think I've got coming up, which is a video of a rabbi talking about 3,333 years. Why is Israel still burning? And he literally says, and here's one more critical component. And he shows the 666 as he says critical component, and it equals 66.
Wow.
Taking the piss. Dead bodies, 33. Are dead bodies good? Not particularly. Numbers are not bad. Just the people who use them gives us a 166. That's just me playing around. Don't feel happy, 66. Negative name. Don't be of this world. That's when you're not the part of the world. Too many have suffered at the hands of is the 33rd prime. It's also 139, which means right in the middle with the rule of Kollel is 138. So too many have suffered at the hands of the Phoenix. Speak Up's 33. Oh, there he is. 3,330 years from Sinai. Why is Israel still burning? And at that exact point, he says, here's one more critical component. If anybody does check out my channels, I have little outros where I put little funny things together and I have dramatic music and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, what year is that video?
Can't tell you. I didn't get the whole screen.
You don't know?
But if you type in that, it comes up pretty easy. Of course it would. You go straight to him.
Huh.
Probably automatically subscribe to you too. Oh,
Wow.
goodness gracious. Look what I've just seen down the bottom corner here. He's
What?
got the
Oh, yeah.
the bunting
Yeah.
cloverleaf map.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a
That's
tricky
crazy.
fella.
Wow.
And these are all idioms, all sayings. I used to call them coined phrases, but they're idioms. And idioms, for goodness sake, equals 33.
Well, I just looked up his number, 3,333 years from, he said Exodus.
From Sinai.
Yeah, Sinai and Exodus, same year, 1447 BC. Yeah, he's exactly 138 years off. I just looked it up.
He knows. And I actually think it's not Sinai. I think it's Sin AI. But anyway.
Yeah, Sin AI. Hey, hold on. Check this out. Sin AI. I'm not a decoder, and I really don't subscribe to all this, but I know that the ancient Near Eastern word in cuneiform, sin, means the moon.
Yes. Yeah,
so
100%.
Sin AI, we do have a narrative in place right now. There are people who are convinced that the moon is actually the face of the AI that's governing over the construct right now.
Could be. Could be. Anything's possible here. The worm has turned, 77, so that's an idiom. It has come to a head, it's an idiom, 66. Speaking of this, I'm going to come up to a word soon, but I'm going to give it away now. 99% of memes you see out there are written by one group. They don't come from people. They're all written by one group to distract you from what's going on. Every single one. All these idioms, all these sayings like this, all written from Hollywood. We'll say it that way. And that would be not Unit 8200. That would be the Talpiot program, which is all computer intelligence. But that's enough we'll say about that. Critical Situation 77. Did you get your cards? You were looking for the set of the cards for
I never got them. You know what? I need to order a deck. I got to see where I can order them from.
All right. Well, that's Trump. It looks like Trump.
Everybody
says enough is enough. The whole memery around Trump was enough is enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's type in enough is enough, and you get 66.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We must do something with something else they're saying to do with Trump. And so, so 77 and 76, rule of Colel, they're both 77, but when you type in the number 76, it's 33. This one here, I'm not going to say out loud. That's the name change after they changed from that to that. And that was the name of that. And apparently they were shooting guns, so I went down in a hail of bullets. Ballistic is 33. Missiles is 33. So ballistic missiles is 66. And 4, I believe in some Asian language, the word 4 means death. So, ballistic missiles. If you look really closely when you watch the China parades with their big rockets, you actually see them wobbling like this with the water that's inside of them because they have nothing. They, them. Crikey, aren't we glad that word's hopefully going away? 33. This is just one, I'm not going to yell it again, but you got that number there and you got that number there. They just love to throw it out there. But apparently that a teacher was hurt. Teacher's 33. The police were involved. So police is 33. The federal police is 66. And they're all masonically painted up, you know that. Copper, which is another slang name for police, is 33. And that's where the event happened, on 33 Burton Hills Boulevard in Nashville.
Wow.
Here's the periodic table. So what number are we going to look at? The 33rd chemical, whatever it is arsenic. Could it actually add to 33? It does. Arsenic is the 33rd on the table. It adds to 33, and it is the 33rd chemical. Diamond, you mentioned diamond before, is 33.
Mm-hmm.
Sapphire is 33. So when you see the people doing that, are they doing a diamond? Are they saying 33 with their hand signals? Who knows? Orange is 33. Powers, we've done that one. Lucasfilm. Oh, George. 33. Here's one that you said. The Battle of Megiddo.
Yes.
Which the location is so close to being right there on the 33rd degree. So Battle of Megiddo gives us a 66 and a 138. Thought you might like that one. And the Canaanites, we got their Canaanites again. I think I've showed that one before. There's Mount Sinai, which 19 is 33, but this is what I broke it down in. It's Sin Artificial Intelligence, and that gives us 77. Could be wrong. That's a bit of speculation on my part. But mountain equals 33. So they're standing on the 33, getting the 77. Have you heard the report from Iron Mountain? This was basically.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's allegedly a fiction book, but it was so fictitious that the American government bought 3,500 copies and gave it to everyone, and it basically describes exactly what's happening right now. right now, except for the alien invasion and stuff like that. Unbelievable. The chosen ones equals 33. The 1% equals 33. Unbelievable. The 33rd parallel north. Let's have a look at what Tunisia, Libya, Golan Heights, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, India. Aren't these places where all things just horrible happen?
Yeah.
All in the 33rd degree parallel north. And then you type in the 33rd degree parallel north and it gives you 166.
Wow.
Okay, now we get some serious words. You can read that. This has got nothing to do with it, but you can read that. We're going to look at some of the words here. But we look down here, and this is one of the things that can happen when you get the booster jabby, and that's what can happen. And it adds to a 133 and a 322. So that's, remember, that's 603 score and 6. And your skull and bones, thrombotic is 66. And the second word is 66. I am not. So the word,
Wow.
can we say that out loud?
Yeah.
So vaccinated is 33. Get the jab is 33. But since the boosters come out, so boosters is 33. You got to get the jabs, which is 33. COVID-19 is 66. Lai Wenliang, which was the first guy who died from it. It was all over the newspapers. I say the newspapers, the internet. He was 33. It was called the China virus, which is 33. It happened in a wet market, which is 33. It was apparently a bat and a snake, which is 33. It was from a pangolin, which is 33. It was also linked to the raccoon dogs in the Wuhan market. The raccoon dogs is 66. Went viral is 33. All for the domination of the populace, which is 66. Heaven or the hell, 66 and 77. It doesn't, which is a negative word, is 33. Nothing matters is 66. Arguably is 33. Precedents, they've now set the precedents with what's going on, which is 66. When someone sets a precedence, it means that it's set a level. Order, as in the Masonic order.
Wow.
Execute is 33.
That is interesting. Let's see here.
So when you see the famous Star Wars one, when he goes, execute order 66, he says 33, 33, 66.
You know what? Somebody just gave me a great idea. I only do it about twice a month, but you know what? I think I'm going to celebrate that my team got together and decided like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my cop.
That is cool. I shouldn't be getting so close to that. That is very cool.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Man, you know what? Yeah, somebody told me to drink a shot of tequila, but I don't have any.
All right. Well, we are getting. I know this has been a long one, but I hope we're getting towards the end here. Okay. Here's the. Okay. This is isolate. This is the other numbers. They put this out. So the WHO, said it was isolated on January 7th. January 7th equals 33. Now I didn't put it in here, which is crazy, because January 6. We always talk about January 6. Equals 33 as well. That's why they chose that date to do it.
Wow.
There's the December 12th for the other isolation. That's the one I showed you before. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this one again, because it's 6,666 days between that date and when it was isolated. That is the number of the House Resolution Congress for the testing and the reaching and the contracting everyone.
Right.
So 6,660 days since 9/11. That's an inverted 9/11. And that's the House resolution number. But it's just a coincidence.
Of course it is.
That's the cold moon. just to show you that was on a cold moon, which is once again amusing. I found this interesting. This is just a quick one. 1616, so the double numbers. So I went from 1717, but I thought 1616, you're minus 303 for the 303 years of Freemasonry. And as you keep going through, they all equal double numbers. So every time you're minus 303. I don't know if that means anything, but did you get your calculator out?
Wasn't 1818 like the end of the actual Second British War? And then 1919 was the end of World War One.
Well, they love that stuff. That's why I did it. So from 1717 back to 1440.
Yeah, 2020 was a war because that was a biological weapon.
Yep. Well, we'll see.
It was a war against the citizens.
You know this one? That's your phoenix that you showed.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to see what that word meant.
It means to resurrect, to resurrect.
I will return.
I will return, yes. It's Latin.
At 138 years or what?
Do you know the story behind that?
I believe, well, only from...
At the cathedral, the original was leveled. And when they wanted to build a new cathedral, a bunch of the prior masonry was all moved to the side, but a block became exposed, and that block had that word written on it, and they don't know where on the previous structure where it was, so they put it on the phoenix above that cathedral.
Well, that's meant to be, isn't it? That's crazy. Yep. So the word return is 33. So basically, I will 33, because Doomsday is 33. And another one in here for you. So Burning Man, a 26-foot score, a fiery tribute to Ukraine at Burning Man.
Yeah.
And that's the date it was done. It's actually a phoenix. So the Thursday, the 31st of August, 2023. And the earlier is Thursday, just to prove when the time was. It's supposed to be a phoenix they burnt down. So if we go from the first phoenix date, 1902, to the date that they burnt that phoenix, it's what I interpret as 4433. You drop the zeros.
4433, yeah. That's divisible by 11.
Yeah. So it's just struck me. Just one of those things where I go, something smells off. September 30th, 2239. I think you said it in 2239. It's in September. September 30th.
2239 is the flood date in the BC calendar. 2239. Now, 2239 in the Jewish calendar is when the world's going to be destroyed, in the years, according to the Jewish version, the year 6000. But
so actually, I can't remember where I got that. It's been a while.
That would have been Jewish reckoning. Anything in September would be Jewish reckoning, like the 9th of Av. Yeah, it's
September 7th. So
right.
Fiery Hell is 33. Now, this is that masonry one, the one that I showed you right at the start, that is 66. This is where they've changed it to, but they still haven't got away with it because masonry is a craft of building. That can be a statement unto itself, and that adds to 133. So their original blurb used to add to 666. 603 score and 6 adds to 133, and masonry, the craft of building, they just got to have their cake and eat it.
Yeah. It's crazy. So we have... Maybe we should do a presentation sometime on the two world structures. Do they work together, or are they working against each other? But there seems to be two main world structures that are operating here. One of them is based off maritime law, and all its vernacular is based off the old shipping guilds, all the mariner and all the naval words and all that have crept into our economic and banking systems. The other group is the building craft. These are the ones that are strictly stuck on land. I'm wondering if there's something to this bifurcation in the elite. How the elite work against each other, but they're actually working with each other. And this is maybe we're entrapped somewhere in between this mariner existence and this building cult existence. It's
there is a I know a little bit about it. I know that you've got the law of the land, and then you've got the shipping laws. But it's kind of like, just trying to remember what it was. There's two laws, but there's a law that goes over the top of all of them, and that's the one that screws us. Because the law of the land is it's to make the law of the sea is to make sure deals and things go through and things.
Yes, from the mariner. Okay, from the mariner perspective, we have our contract law. And contracts don't mean just something you sign. Anything you have agreed to as far as being a participant to, you're suckered into that paradigm.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
the building craft is different. The building craft is literally building a world by virtue of imagination. It's a totally the rituals and the degrees, they're different. It's like manipulating the construct. The rituals are giving you keys to manipulate the construct. It's very different than the mariner perspectives. The mariner perspective, all the legalese and all of that is self-perpetuating a construct that's probably far older than the Masonic imposition. These are things that have interested me for a long time, and I've never really gone into it because there is a third perspective. And that third perspective is one I promote all the time. And it's the errant. It's the one that goes their own way. It's the one the construct holds no bearing on. It's the highly individualized soul who can live through all this and tell you straight up, man, this is the greatest apocalypse ever, as an observer, and just watch and laugh at this clown show. Because 4 years ago, I participated in it. I was a Trump supporter. I voted for the man in 2019, the only time in my life I've ever voted. I went to the church not even a quarter mile from here. I was proud to stand in line. My very first time I was a convicted felon before. I'm out of prison. I got all my rights back. I fully discharged my sentence. I got my paperwork from Austin, Texas, where they gave me my voting registration card. I was proud to go into that church and vote for Trump before I actually researched who the man was, what he's involved in, who he's in bed with, and what his agenda truly was. So I'm kind of sickened by it now, but it doesn't even matter because in these 4 years since I did that, I have matured far, far beyond the political sphere. I'm no longer a participant. So I do believe that it doesn't matter what we find out about the contract-based mariner construct, and it doesn't matter what we find out about the Masonic, the building craft, because when it says the building craft, it's just a cover story that it's talking about actual brickwork. It's talking about using the imagination to build things in here that aren't necessarily good. So
I actually have a word later on called build reality, and it equals 66 or 33. I can't remember what it was. So you're bang on. And just to look at it with amusement. You're here to be entertained by what you see. You can't get, because I went through a time where I'm finding out all these words and I'm going, what the hell is going on here? And then you finally get to a point where you just start laughing at it. You can almost see the evolution in my channel. My old channels where I start to laugh at stuff, because what are you going to do about it? Nothing. And look at it and go, that's amusing. That's amusing. And then you can just say blah, 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 and it equals 33.
Yep, I get it.
Trump indicted 66. His real name is Trump. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know Trump. I've done a deep dive onto him.
All right, so Trump equals 33, but Donald John Trump equals 66. Clinton equals 33. Harry S. Truman, who was the 33rd president of the United States. Harry Truman equals 33. He was the 33rd president of the United States and a half of 138. Donnie was the 45th president, which is 66. Now he's the 47th. So the 45th and the 47th. So 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. So he's the 9/11 president. That wasn't meant to be anything. I just put those in and it happened to add to a double 66.
Wow.
But it's more to say that he's the 45th and 47th. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's best friends and used to have sleepovers with Benjamin Netanyahu, was 33.
Yep. I know who Kushner is. He's ecstatic that they cleared all that Gaza out because he's a real estate tycoon.
Oh, yeah. I reckon he could be a twin of Zuckerberg. And now on my outros on my channel, it's got Donnie saying, You deleted 33,000 emails. He literally got on stage and says 33,000 emails.
Yeah, man.
And it's a 9/11. 33,000 emails.
Man, it's such a stage.
And you acid washed them. He said you acid washed them. And acid washed is 33.
Yeah, man. So crazy.
So this is the Supreme Court in Israel. There's a pyramid there with the eye and all.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's a pyramid. It's definitely a pyramid, but there's nothing like the Great Pyramid in Egypt. That one's not 52-degree angle. That right there is something that has a different meaning. That's way too steep.
Yep. No,
it's more like a steeple.
Supreme is 33. But when your Supreme Court built to Masonic guidelines, yes, it was. And then I heard something about it, but it actually says it here. The number of so the tourists climbed 30 steps to reach the top of the building, basically from the dark to the light, and the first floor as so the number of 30 represents the first 30 levels. A Mason can achieve these in the first 3 floors. So the first floor is 3, then you climb 30 steps. So it takes you 33 steps to go from in the dark to enlightenment in the Supreme Court in Israel.
Wow.
Here's the I got one of these in my wallet actually. US $1 bill. So I decided to do, everybody knows about the little owl and things like that, but let's just break down the words that are on this. So a newt, which is there, a newt equals 22, coeptus equals 33, seclorum equals 33, voting equals 33, electoral, as in your electoral college, equals 33. This is my favorite part of all of it. Calculated equals 33.
Wow.
Calculator equals 33. Calculating equals 33. All in the same cipher. That is unbelievable. Calculated, calculator, calculating.
Yeah. Well, it's well, if we're going to interpret that conceptually, it's the tool and the material that are both a part of the 33 construct. It's the observer and the observed that are both a part of the 33 concept here.
It's the key to the lock. Lucky I'm a good counter. 33. Alogical. I go through a couple of words here. Alogical as opposed to or lacking of logic is 33. E.A. Presley, sorry for all the Elvis fans out there, 33. Apostate, someone who renounces their religious or political beliefs, is 33. 12 disciples is 66. Sucking you dry is the religion, is 66. How about this one? Sorry, kids, you listen in the other room. Fuck you is 33.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
that is 33. Screw you is 33. Screw that is 33. And fucked up is 33.
Yeah, I see it.
How's that for a coincidence? When the shit hits the fan, it's 66. Good or bad intention, 77. Anyone know this girl, Celine Dion? She bought out a clothing brand called New, where you got kids with devil horns, you got skulls, it's got New Order. All clothes are multisexual or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Type in the word new, it's 33. New is in Hebrew, is a term parents use as a gentle finger wagging way of saying, no, don't do that. And no was 33.
So crazy, man. Did you disappear on me? Yep. He may not have had his laptop plugged up. He may just ran out of juice. Like I'm doing right now. Drinking this bourbon. He should pop back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and kick that from studio. I'm not trying to kick the guest. I'm trying to get this out. All right. He'll be back. and we'll say goodbye. We're going to wrap this up. So I do want to say this again, guys. I know you like my audio. I know you can hear me very clearly. We're doing a really profound video tomorrow, going through Zecharia Sitchin's research, what value he brought to the community, and how the Archaix data accentuates that material, separates fact from fiction, and how anybody who has ever followed Sitchin can now follow the Archaix material, because as all my veterans in Archaix will tell newcomers, the Archaix material takes the Sitchin material to a whole new level and corrects a lot of the mistakes. So Lee's having problems. He tried to pop back in, but he disappeared again. I don't know what's going on. Trying to pop back in. You there? Can you
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you.
Yeah, something's gone wrong. Mate, ever since I started using the F word, she all disappeared.
Oh, man, you know what? It's some gremlins, but it's already been 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video.
Yep, I think that's enough, mate. Yep.
Yeah, you've already overwhelmed me, and that's saying something.
Well, that's information from my last 30 videos, and I've got nearly 777 videos. So,
wow,
there's a lot of information there.
That's amazing. So,
I really appreciate it, mate. It was really good.
Hey man, I got your I got the link to your channel. If you're going to start providing new material for your channel, I got the link to your channel. It will be forever right here in my description box.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I have actually probably retired from that channel.
Okay.
I've actually built my own simulacrum, and that's what my other channel is about.
Well, you need to send me the link to your other channel, and I'll put it in the description box.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, do that after the video. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. It was good talking to you, Lee. And
you too, mate.
I'm glad Big John talked me into this, because you almost didn't make the cut. I don't really entertain Gematria, but after listening to Big John go to bat for you and reading sections of your emails, I was convinced that, okay, yeah, man, he's probably got some pretty interesting things to tell us. And it was a good video, man. I appreciate that.
No worries. No, appreciate everything you do as well. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for listening. Hope it didn't drone on and bore you too much, but yeah, enjoy.
No, that wasn't boring. A lot of people are going to be reading this a lot, listening to this several times. All right, man. Good night. It's nighttime in Texas.
All right. Thanks, mate. Take care.
Send that link to me.
Will do. Cheers.
Hey, man, it's a good guy right there. That was pretty interesting. I like talking to him. He had a Game of Thrones vibe going there. I kind of like that. But he already knew. He was being very manipulative. He already knew he could get on my good side talking about my Star Wars t-shirt. So, but that's okay. That's pretty good guy. So I just want to reiterate for those who joined a little late. March 30th to April 2nd, we'll be in Vegas. We're not quite sure which casino yet, because we're looking for the best deal. We're already in negotiations with 2 or 3 different casinos right now, trying to figure out which one is going to offer us the best deal on rooms and all that. Your ticket price will include the room. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have a special place in the casino where at any time of day and any time of night we all the Archaix. Everybody who's there for Archaix can converge, and a lounge where we can all that's just isolated for us to kick back in, and we'll have rooms where I'll give a couple dissertations and we'll do activities. It's gonna be badass in Vegas. It is. Well, in July we've already got Kansas City. We've already selected Kansas City, and we're looking at places outside of Kansas City, or actually inside of Kansas City, because this time we're going to change up the meetup strategy a little bit. We're actually going to negotiate with a hotel very close to the airport, so people can get there very quickly and easily. Also, yeah, in October we will be doing Glen Rose, Texas, the place I told you about from my childhood. Really unusual place in Texas, broken up lands, tortured valleys, Paluxy River, fossils everywhere, human artifacts made of iron that have been found petrified, barometric chamber that that replicates vapor canopy conditions, the Creation Museum, awesome valley forest. Yeah, I love that place, Glen Rose, Texas. We're gonna go. That's That's our first official Archaix camp out. We're going to camp for 4 days, all of us together. It's going to be awesome. So, let's see. Other than that, if you're interested I just added 6 new courses to Archaix Academy. The link is in the description box. Links are in the description box for all the new everything that we have available right now. What I don't have, and I should have, I didn't do it yet, was the archaixstore.com. You can go see all the new t-shirts, all the new wares, and we're just started adding new stuff to it. New official Archaix patches are going on every shirt. You pick the designs, you pick the colors, do all that, but we got special Archaix patches that go on every single shirt that's ordered. We've been busy. We've been busy, guys. But that's about it. 2 hours and 44 minutes. Oh my God. And man, let me tell you something. I love this mic. I love this mic. Man, I'm gonna drink to that. Yeah, man. That's bourbon right there. Twice aged Kentucky bourbon. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. It's all about that Nibiru, Nemesis X, Anunnaki, Zechariah Sitchin. I'm going to remind you guys about what he taught in the Earth Chronicles. Then I'm going to correct it. I'm going to show you where Archaix takes it to the next level. That's what tomorrow's about. I've already talked to my publisher, and my publisher has already even sent the links to this individual that specifically wanted this video. Is connected to a whole vast empire of people who still follow Sitchin, multiple groups, multiple platforms. That person will be listening to the video. And then after the video, that person either will or will not share that link with all that network. You know what? I'm just gonna let the construct take over. I'm not even worried about it. Be there or be square. That's right. Anyway, it's getting late, and I'm going to get my ass off this chair where it's been parked for hours because I just got done doing some conferences. I got to get out of this room before I go stark raving nuts. So let me find my awesome outro. I'll holler at you guys later. Love you.